Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. The new season has begun. Manchester United versus Brighton Watchalong. I am joined by two, wow, what an absolute array of guests we've got today. We've got Jordan Simpson, stalwart, regular of the show. How are you doing?
I'm very good, mate. I'm so excited.
I can tell you're excited. It's the first time you've come on in about 6 weeks without having a hangover.
I know.
That's how excited he is. He's willing
Taking
to put his Saturday night on hold for us.
It's serious.
And we're joined by an illustrious guest today. It's your first time on the channel, isn't it? You've not been on before?
Yeah.
Certainly in recent memory. Great. We're joined by Tom Cooney from the Stephen Tries podcast and Stephen Tries YouTube channel. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Are you happy to be here?
I am. Yeah, bit of excitement.
First game of the season.
The doubt in his voice there, wasn't it?
Well, do you know what? No,
questionable.
It's exciting being here and actually, making something about this first game because over the last couple of years, it's getting a little bit. I don't know. It is. I've learned not to be too hopeful and optimistic because it just comes back to bite me.
It does. The comments are very excited that you're here. What's Tom doing here? Question mark with loads of laughs. Tom, a legend. Looney, Tom Looney on Paddock. What the fuck? There's people getting very excited.
People know me.
Looney Cooney. That sounds a bit weird. Is that
It's a thing. It's kind of a thing.
It's kind of a thing.
If you know, you know.
Speaking of things, right? This is the year that I want to get a watch-along catchphrase going. So do you know how like Martin Tyler has his "and it's live"? Bruce Buffer's got "it's time." Michael Buffer's got "let's get ready to rumble." I do these watch-alongs every week. I ain't got myself a catchphrase yet. So if anyone can come up with a catchphrase in the comments,
we said we'd leave
I'm going to say it before the game starts. The best one I got so far is Manchester United versus Brighton. Good luck stopping us. That's the best I've workshopped.
It's not the best. Can we just highlight that now? It wasn't the best. It was your only option that you chose to run with.
Yes.
Right?
It was a 5-minute workshop.
It was a 5-minute workshop.
That's being generous. It was more about 30 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah. People saying biggest crossover in YouTube history. So that's
you are. We're making history here.
Thanks for coming on, Tom. Hope you enjoy yourself, and hope we can feed you the delicious taste of a Manchester United victory. Because there's some people that come on this channel for watch-alongs. They'll come on like once every sort of 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Never seen a win. People came on, I think, like Ryan Hopper last season, and for a while as well. They came on like 5 or 6 times. United just lost or drew every single game. So hopefully you can be a good luck omen, and actually we can be a good luck omen for you when you watch Man United. Get in the comments, get your thoughts on this first game. I'm so excited. You were telling me before, Jordan, it's nice to actually just be excited for a season. I know that the transfer window hasn't gone to plan. We'll get into some of that. Rumours of an Arnautovic bid going in. We'll come to all of that in a minute. The team news is around the corner as well. But isn't it nice just having a bit of optimism at least?
Of course it is, because I think we're confident with the manager coming in. This is the first game of Eric Ten Hag's era that actually means something, in a sense that there's points to be won. It matters if you lose the game. It's the first game of his Premier League era, should we say. Old Trafford, he's done controversial things already. He's moved the dugouts to the opposite side, which you've not seen for absolute
a stunning thing to do, isn't it? He's
He's
also made them turn up 3 hours before kickoff as well.
Exactly.
You see that?
They want the team to have the pre-match meal together as sort of a togetherness type of thing, which again I liked it.
They did that anyway.
Well, it shows the disjunction of the current squad if they hadn't have done that previously or not for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very excited for this game. They should be optimistic going into the Premier League season, of course, as you mentioned before. Past couple of years, it's been a bit, we're trotting along now, it's first game, let's just hope we get somewhat of the result. You've got to be confident in this game. Brighton are weaker. Are we necessarily stronger? I'm not too sure, but I think we're stronger in the sense that we've got a manager who's put a tactical approach on the team that we've seen very clearly in the past sort of 5-6 games that we've played in pre-season. We can see the difference that he's made on those individual players. The inverted fullbacks playing in central midfield areas at times. The fact that our centre-halves are finding an attacking outlet from centre-back when they're finding advanced fullbacks or wingers in those pockets on the wide areas of the pitch. I want to see all of that today, especially when you've got a left-footed centre-half and a right-footed centre-half playing in the natural positions.
Nice, isn't it?
I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I love how excited you are. I'll come to you in a minute, Tom, but let's just go through the team news first. Obviously, it's up on the screen, but we haven't really been through it ourselves. So it's David De Gea in goal. No surprises there. Then we've got Delo. We've got Maguire and Martinez as that starting partnership. We'll come to that in a minute because obviously loads of talk about Maguire last season. Luke Shaw comes back in, actually. I'd read through the team before, but I hadn't actually clocked that. That's slightly surprising to me. Is Malacia on the bench? I can't see the full team.
Malacia is on the bench.
He is on the bench. Okay, interesting. Then we've got Fred and McTominay. As I would guess a holding midfield. There's no known striker on the pitch, so quite the sort of finer details of this may sort of be revealed on kickoff rather than now. And then you've got Fred and McTominay. And then we think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 with Rashford on the left, Eriksen on through the middle, and Sancho on the right with Bruno Fernandes up front. And we're just watching Sky as well. They're putting the formation out in the same way as well. So that looks to be the way it's going to go. No striker on the pitch. Ronaldo is on the bench. Tom, give me your thoughts on that team. First game of the season. Did you expect to see more changes? You know, we've got 2 players different to last year, and it's still Fred and McTominay, but somehow feels a bit better. Maybe?
It does feel better. I mean, to be honest, I'm not too fussed about the transfer window. You're kind of used to them being a little bit underwhelming. There's always issues, and there's going to be more issues the more our stock kind of falls in terms of what European competition we're playing in. But I'm just excited to have a manager who's, I think that's our signing of the season, a manager that we can move forward with and we can trust that's going to possibly deliver a brand of football that gets us a bit closer to where we want to be.
How much have you seen of the pre-season games? Have you seen all of them? Or have you seen some of them?
I don't know. I've probably watched about 3 games in full.
Yeah.
And a lot of highlights and little clips.
Yeah. Have you noticed it? Sorry, for me, I think we already can see a different style of play. Like
100%.
You can see the pressure.
Yeah. And even to begin with, you're obviously only going to see glimpses. It's hard to maintain for 90 minutes of a game.
Yeah.
And some of the pitches were a bit challenging at times. But I don't know. I like hearing all this stuff from off the pitch about meal times and the new rules and stuff. You just feel like surely that's what the other top clubs have been doing.
See, you know
that's just normal.
That's a very interesting point you mentioned there, because when we had James Cooper on, the other day with Jay and Steve, he alluded to the fact that with pretty much 99% of other clubs around the world, no one gives a shit about that.
Yeah.
But because it's United, everyone's bothered about players having meals together.
But it's
what they're
interesting
doing outside of Carrington, what
to
they're doing, because
everything's
criticised about us because of the stature of the football club.
But
you
see
like
loads of
that?
things,
I'm sort of the opposite. Me, I don't like that everything's so psychoanalyzed. I think just let them get on with it. Who's asked about whether they're having so much meals together? I know it's good for bleeding squad morale and all that, but is it really worth reporting about?
I just wonder. Well, that's the thing. Is it worth reporting about? It gets comments. It drives interaction, doesn't it? But I've seen loads of things shared about ridiculous fines that people get, done for, clubs in the football league, other countries all over the world, and it's not really a thing. It's a thing on Twitter for a couple of hours and then it's done. But
you'll see those pictures like up on a changing room wall where it says, if you're late, we'll rub your heels until you get blisters and all that like weird. So what was it when Frank Lampard went to Chelsea and it was like, if you don't finish your meal, we'll put you in a fridge or something like all just weird stuff. Turn up late, 10 grand. Your hair's too long, 10 grand. Hair's too short, 10 grand. Like all that kind of stuff.
What would you have then?
I'd get the 10 grand fine for having hair too long, probably.
But
if I was a manager,
no. If you were a member of that Chelsea squad and it was too long, too short, your hair I think's in the debate.
No, I think it's too long for Frank Lampard.
Is it too long for that? But I'd argue that's too short for long hair.
Well, I think Frank Lampard voted Brexit to get rid of hair on people like me. That's why he did it.
Get rid of hair of everyone.
He just thought it would fix all of the things he hated. He was like, you know what? I think I'm not a big fan of the Thousand Island dip in the 4-dip pack. Get Brexit out. That'll get rid of that island. We're our own island. That's what he said. I want a British Isles dip.
So what we've got from this watch along so far is Frank Lampard is pro-Brexit.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Of course. Get your comments in. We're going to go through all of those, of course. Mikel Tysland said we should keep Klopp's first and second season in mind to understand what to expect. Good first half and 3 seasons to get all the right signings. We might see a lot of good first halves and bad second halves. You kind of said that, didn't you, Tom? Like, I think we're not going to be 90 minutes after 90 minutes after 90 minutes straight away. But then the other thing is we kind of... those first Klopp seasons were used a lot to excuse kind of a lack of progress under Solskjaer as well at times. And I worry that those years where Klopp didn't do as much are only worth talking about because of how well he's done since. But there are plenty of managers that have 2 bad years and then never go on to win the Champions League or the Premier League. So he's an example to show that, it can work. But really, you have to have the right manager for it to matter. Because, any bad manager can have 2 shit years. You don't go on to then win stuff if the manager's not good enough. Are you worried at all that Ten Hag isn't good enough? Because I like all the stuff we hear, but then You think he is? You
I'm not.
he's good enough to win
I think
trophies?
just before I get onto that point you mentioned about Jurgen Klopp, I don't really think you can compare Klopp when he was at Liverpool to Ten Hag now, because if Jurgen Klopp inherited the squad that we have, that Ten Hag's inherited from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralph Rangnick, whoever, I think it would have taken less time to get Liverpool to where they currently are right now. We have
this is a better team than
absolutely shits on that Liverpool team. You're talking
Dirk
like
Kuyt's still in it.
he might have been.
He was close.
He might have been. He must have been about 35 or 36.
Yeah,
surely.
Yeah, Lovren was playing until about 2 years
Lovren was still
ago.
there. I think Martin Skirtle was still there. Lucas Leiva. I think was Ricky Lambert there at the time as well. He might have still been there.
But even amongst that, do you remember the season we finished second, didn't we, under Mourinho?
Yeah.
And Liverpool finished third. They were a few points off, quite a bit further back, but I think they did well in the cups. They might have even got to a Champions League final. Possibly.
I'm not sure if it was that. Yeah, I think it was that year.
It was that year, wasn't it?
They lost to Real Madrid, yeah.
But even in spite of us finishing second, I still felt that Liverpool had a better season because you could see signs of where they were going. United bored me senseless that season. Yeah. I just didn't think there was a future in where they were going.
Ground out, was it 81 points or 80 points? I mean, it was over 80.
We were a significant amount
didn't we? It didn't feel particularly exciting.
I didn't think, this is going somewhere. I just thought this is going to go the way it always does under Mourinho. And Liverpool have reason to be optimistic, even though they'd finished something like 15, 20 points back.
Yeah.
Probably not that much.
But I'm not worried. No, I'm not worried because I think we can see what he's done to the players in the team in the first games of pre-season that we saw. As I mentioned before when we first did the intro, the inverted fullbacks, the fact that we've got an attacking outlet from centre half, even looking at individuals, Martial's willingness to run and attack at players. We've never seen him, arguably since his first season when he came in and he was electric off the left-hand side. We've never seen Martial run and be that proactive.
Never seen him run
in that front three. We've never seen that before. And I always go back to the goal he scored against Liverpool. When he pickpocketed the young centre half, he showed pace that we've not seen in absolutely yonks from him and chipped arguably the best goalkeeper in the world in Alisson. I know it's a pre-season game, but you're not judged on specifically who you're playing against. It's what your individuals are doing for you on the pitch. And he showed an absolute abundance to work hard and sort of put himself in Erik Ten Hag's thinking. He's done that off the back of having him for 6 weeks. After a pants season, a pants first half of the season with United, a pants second half of the season with Sevilla, I think he scored 1 goal for him, or maybe 2 goals, correct me if I'm wrong. You can see the changes that he's put in that team already. So am I worried about him? Absolutely not. The one thing I'm worried about is Manchester United's ability to get the players that he wants. Yeah. Because it's over 13 weeks since we've been first initially in talks with Frankie de Jong.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
13 weeks.
Now he's going to Chelsea.
And he's going to Chelsea now. Like,
it's so ridiculous.
That's embarrassing.
Is he actually?
I don't know. That Gerard Romero guy who was the one who started off these rumours for him to come to United by saying it's 95% done, is now saying it looks like he's going to go to Chelsea. But then again, he said it would look like he was going to come to United, so how good can he be if he just keeps changing his mind?
The only two you can trust, I think, on those socials are our mate Fab, and David Ornstein.
Yeah.
I think they're the only two when they tweet, here we go, and
whatever he tweets.
He puts a siren and puts EXCL for exclusive and then goes in. They're the only two you can trust.
Right, we've got a couple of bits here. Number one, Manchester United have reportedly made a £8 to £9 million bid for Marko Arnautovic, former Stoke and West Ham.
89 million.
Former Stoke and West Ham renegade. 8
Renegade.
9, not 89. We're not doing like Chelsea.
It's been rejected.
It has been rejected apparently. Former Stoke, Werder Bremen, Inter Milan, West Ham United, Shanghai Port. What is he? He's not a striker, is he? He's just a blanket forward.
That's so left field.
Apparently, again, I don't know. It's relatively reliable people. It's Di Marzio saying it, who's very good for Italian football. He plays in Bologna now, so I would assume that that's true. That's a bit mad, isn't it? What do you reckon to that?
I don't know what to make of it. That's so mental. The thing is, I do actually like him as a player, but he just seems like someone with an attitude problem, which is why he's probably not, had a sustained
fits right in
at
us,
time.
doesn't it? Fits right in at us.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
But is he good? He's not. I mean, I assume he would come in as a sort of backup option. He's
a talented player.
Yeah, he's definitely very talented.
Mad stuff.
Yeah, he's almost got a bit of the Zlatan's about him.
Mourinho said
quite
it about
the same
him,
drive and energy.
Mourinho was talking about it when he was with him at Inter, and he was like, "Oh, he's a fantastically talented player, but he's not really got it up there." And the only reason why we've been linked to him is because I think Ten Hag worked with him at FC20. I want to say. I think that was the initial link, but. When you're thinking about Martial is injured now, Ronaldo's not match fit. He won't be match fit for probably another 3-4 weeks, maybe at best. you need someone to come in and do a job for 6 months. Is Arnautovic the answer? It seems like what we're doing when we had Igalo in. And Manchester United have almost had that sort of history where they've gone in and brought a sort of older player in for a year hiatus or a 6-month hiatus. I think to the likes of Laurent Blanc when he came in at centre-half, Henrik Larsson when we signed him for maybe 6 months, who is still my favourite United player ever. I just love him. Just based off my debut. He's my favourite player ever.
Your debut?
When
did you play for United?
No, on his from my debut at Old Trafford.
Oh, sorry, I get you now.
Okay, as a fan. All right,
yeah,
let's clear it up now. I've never played for Manchester United. Let's clear it up now. But we have like a sort of history of bringing in the sort of older players who not appear washed, but they can do a job for us for 6 months.
Even Zlatan was one where you thought he might just be shit in the Premier League. He turned out to be very good for United, but like he was 35 when we signed him, and you sort of thought he could just get 6 goals next year and just not be that good. But he that was a successful version of what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Igalo again, another one.
Igalo again. There was actual rumours when Ralph Rangnick was still in charge that he wanted Demba Ba. And he was playing at the Turkish league side. I can't remember who it was, but they were. No, it was the one after. It was the one after Besiktas. It was the one after him.
He played against us first.
He played against us as well. Something like that. Something Zonspor, should we say? Something like that.
The Champions League, didn't they?
Yeah. So we're used to seeing that. So I don't think it'd necessarily be a surprise. But again, is he really someone who's going to help us when we need to progress? Is he really going to help us?
Why are we only buying these players? Like, and no offense to Christian Eriksen, I know he's 30, he's not 32, 34, but he's a free signing and he's past 30. Like, he's not the future of Man United. He's a very good player that could have a good maybe 2 or 3 years for United. But again, it's like, Arnautovic, that's okay if it's your 5th, 6th, 7th signing of the window to kind of fill out a few spots. Where's the big one? Where's the one that's really improving the first team?
Oh, yeah.
That's my worry. Like, I know obviously De Jong is the one we're going after, but we could also do with another striker that's genuinely very good because, obviously we're not going to go into anything about it, but we've obviously Mason Greenwood doesn't play for Manchester United anymore. That's just the fact of the matter. He's not playing. Ronaldo is 38 in a few months. Martial's at his best good, and at his worst is someone that's I think scored 6 Premier League goals in the last 2 years. Like, we need another striker regardless, and we're going after a 33-year-old who's kind of a utility forward, like he can play on the left or right. Like, we need the big one. Like, I can't believe we're spending we spent 60 million quid so far this window on 3 players. Like, Arsenal, I don't know. Brighton spend that much.
Look at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea have paid 47.5, 48 for Raheem Sterling, who is a big is a big forward signing who improves the first team. They spent something like 30 or 32 million on Kalidou Koulibaly, AFCON winning centre half, who will improve the first team. They've signed Mark Cucurella. They've overpaid to fuck, to be honest, for 62 mil.
You've got to separate he improves that, the first team because them 2 signings came in early, and then you just feel like they've been moving down a list. And now it's like, okay, who can we get? They keep missing out. So the players, they signed them too early, which is good. And then everyone else feels like bottom of the list. So it's a bit like with United. I don't mind Eriksen. And obviously De Jong was, Malacia is who he wanted.
Yeah.
De Jong's obviously someone he wanted. But now, like, you're bringing in Arnautovic, let's say that transfer happened. I don't mind if that's someone he knows and he thinks, I know him, I work well with him, and I want him in the dressing room. Because a new manager wants to have people in the dressing room that he knows and can help him. But for it to come up now, it just seems desperate. It's like another United. Well, the season's already started, and all of a sudden United have made contact with Marco Arnautovic.
What United wanted,
desperation.
De Jong, and then what United got on is Arnautovic. Like, that's, I know obviously not the same position, but like that was the window we wanted, and this is what we're getting. I want to be a bit more positive. Right, we've got a few super chats, so let's get into some of these. Philip Lopez says, I don't think we can win this game with the same garbage midfielders we have playing today. We've beaten Brighton with these garbage midfielders last season. I don't even know if they were playing. But let's not forget, it also took Brighton to get a red card at Old Trafford for us to beat them, because they were dominating us last season, and they absolutely battered us. Was it 4-0?
4-0 on our last game of the season.
So, you know what? Normally I'd say we're good enough to beat Brighton. You might be right, Philip, I'll be honest with you. Sahil says, when was the last time we signed a young striker? Chicharito? Would you class Lukaku as young? What was he, 26 when we signed him? That's a striker with a full sort of 5 or 6 years.
I don't even know who are forward signings like who've been young.
I think it's Chicharito, isn't it?
Because Sesko's the one we linked to,
2010, and he's now 34, so he was 22 then.
Well, we have actually promoted a few academy strikers to the team, which not everyone does.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Martial.
Whether we'll see him actually even get a sniff at first team, I think I very much doubt it. Even with the facts that we need centre forwards, are we going to see like Charlie McNeil come up and play?
I don't see someone now.
No, that's the thing. If we bring nobody in, because there's all this talk about Benjamin Sesko from, I think it was Salzburg.
Yeah.
To be fair, he looks all right. He's 19, he's 6'4", he's a presence. You're thinking, could he be another Erling Haaland, maybe?
He could be the next Marco Arnautovic if he plays his cards right. I mean, 6'4" striker. Let me just go through some of the substitutes. I know they're on the screen, but for anyone who's sort of listening and doing some jobs around the house, we've got Heaton, Malacia, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Garner, Van der Beek, Elanga, Garnacho, and Ronaldo. That is a very different bench to what we saw last season, isn't it? Like Heaton, he was the third choice last year. Malacia didn't play for the club. Varane, when he was fit, he started. Wan-Bissaka, by the end of the season, was 50-50, but Garner was on loan, Van der Beek was on loan, Elanga was usually in the starting lineup, Garnacho was nowhere to be seen, and Ronaldo always started. Are you surprised? Let's start from the back. Martinez and Maguire. I don't know your thoughts on Harry Maguire. Obviously, he's someone that's been I don't even know if he's been controversial. It seems like most people just don't like him. I'm one of the few I won't say I've defended him in a way that was just sort of blind.
Yeah.
But I think he's got a lot of unfair criticism last year that could have been given to 6 or 7 players in the squad, but for some reason really seemed to be targeted at him. He had a really bad season. He had loads of bad games, made loads of mistakes. That's fair enough. But I think he's had a lot of good games for United. Are you surprised that he is now, Varane's fit, he played in the last pre-season game, he's starting behind Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez. Does that shock you that, the 4th manager in a row is now picking Harry Maguire?
No, it doesn't. I think he's certainly... Solskjaer made him captain as soon as he came into the club. And then it just makes the whole situation more difficult from there on in. Like, dropping him is a statement. And, with everything that's happened, I just think it's such a big decision to make to either take the captaincy off him or drop him.
Yeah.
That why would you do that first thing as soon as you come in when you've not really had a proper look at him?
Yeah.
He's obviously a valuable asset.
Yeah.
Still. So no, it doesn't surprise me in the short term. And obviously Varane has not convinced yet and seems to be injured often.
He's not played more than 3 games in a row for us.
And in the league, is that true?
And that's a worry because he's
not more than 3 games in a row.
That's bad, isn't it?
And when we think he came in and there was all this talk, because I remember doing an interview with Semra Hunter from the league and we were talking about, could this be the best centre-back partnership in the Premier League? I mean, how far off were we in that? Because Varane's injury record last season was abysmal and Maguire was seemingly a scapegoat for a very poor season, despite the fact he did drop some very poor performances. And as you mentioned before, I was one of them who was heavily critical of him. But what we've seen in this pre-season and what Eric Ten Hag will have seen is that he's actually been very consistent in sort of 1v1s where he'd get absolutely murdered last year. He's done quite well to deal with sort of fast sort of individual players. He's comfortable stepping out, but again, Eric Ten Hag likes to play that way with his centre-halves being aggressive, but that's the high risk, high reward potential where if they step out and they get caught out, we're screwed. And it happened in that Liverpool game a couple of times where Maguire did step out and Lindelof stepped out. We got caught out by fast forwards. Now, maybe it won't necessarily be a problem today because I think of that front 3 that Brighton have. Who was it? Danny Welbeck. He's not really that quick anymore.
No.
He was, but he's not there anymore. I think it was Pascal Gross, and I can't remember who was playing left wing for them.
For you.
But there's sort of a less worry that they're going to get in behind.
McAllister
and Alexis McAllister. There's sort of less worry that they're going to get in behind over the pace of the likes of Dalot and Luke Shaw, and even Martinez at times. But what we've saw this pre-season is that he's very capable, with another left-footed centre-back, to play cross-diagonal balls to the attacking full-backs or attacking wingers in those areas. And it's actually nice to see him on the right-hand side, because all of last season he was playing on the left-hand side.
He's played there almost the whole time he's been at United, hasn't he?
Almost, even at the was it the World Cup or the Euros?
Yeah.
He was playing left side of a 3 with Gareth Southgate, but obviously because he looks comfortable there. Now maybe he's on the right-hand side, he might be a little bit more comfortable. Of course, it'll be isolated more, I think, with Dalot's attacking ability, because he's going to be playing so far further forward under Ten Hag. But
he clearly likes that crossfield pass, doesn't he? He does it a lot. And you can see why, when you're playing on the left-hand side and you're right-footed like he is, and you like a crossfield pass, we can't really find that when you're on the left. I mean, you can open your body up and go out to the right wing, but he likes that ball across his body over to the left winger. And he didn't. You can't really do that if you're a right-footed player playing on the left side of centre back, because that ball up to the left winger from the left is much trickier to do without that sort of level of like verticality or whatever you want to call it. Like,
you have to think as well.
It makes a lot more sense to have him on the right.
It takes an extra couple of seconds to do that, because if he receives the ball from De Gea, which we'll probably see a lot, because Ten Hag likes to play with his keeper almost being an outfield player in transitions from phase 1 to phase 3, and we see if he picked it up on the left-hand side of centre-half, he'd have to take one touch, knock it to his right-hand side, open up his body, and then hit it.
Yeah.
That's an extra 2-3 seconds. And if you're thinking about quick transitions, if he receives it off De Gea, it's one turn, bang, gone.
Yeah.
There's little sort of differences that I think we're going to see, especially in this season, with the fact that how important it is that we've got a left-footed centre-half who's capable on the ball, who's aggressive, who can bring the ball forward. I think we're gonna see a different defence from us.
I hope so.
And I want to put my neck on the chopping block there.
Go on then.
I think we'll see a better defence this year.
Yeah.
In terms of how we have attacking outlets from
And if we don't, we're allowed to
solidarity.
kill you. Is that what you're saying?
If they don't, then I
slash you to
won't appear on here for
Okay.
a while. I'll have a hiatus.
It's mad, isn't it, that Varane is just like
Pants.
A lot of people.
His pants.
No, it's not.
It's like he's forgotten
A
now.
lot of people agree
Already
that it's
he's
like
done.
he doesn't deserve to start over Maguire.
He doesn't.
And it's mad. You don't see that, like on Twitter. You don't, and like over pre-season, and since the rumours have sort of slowly dripped out that he would be starting Maguire over him. There's not that many people defending him. This is Raphael Varane we're talking about. Like, I can't believe that. Even as much criticism as Maguire's got, people kind of go, yeah, it makes sense that he's playing over Varane, who's won 4 Champions Leagues and just been what seemed like one of the best 3 or 4 defenders in the world for the last decade. And everyone's going, yeah, do you remember that shit lad from last season? Play him instead. And everyone's like, yeah, fair enough. I can't even believe it. Right, let's move forward a little bit then. Freddie McTominay. It feels like home, doesn't it? Feels like home. You know what? Sometimes you just want your mum's apple crumble. And it might not be the best dessert in the world, but you just want... They're a right little safety blanket, them two, aren't they? Every single
that
manager
got
comes
used
in.
so much when they first started. What a blanket them two are.
Every manager
Rubbish.
comes in and goes, we can do better than that. And then 6 weeks later they go, no, I can't. Let's play them two. It's, again, mad that those two are still starting, isn't it? Do you like that? What are your thoughts
I
on
actually
Fred
don't
McTominay?
mind Fred.
Yeah.
I think he struggled when he came in for 18 months or so, but once he kind of found his feet, I do like him as a player. I do think he's got a bit to offer on the ball. He you see him for Brazil, he steps a little bit higher up the pitch, and he can get assists. He used to score goals apparently, but obviously hasn't done that for us.
I've seen that free kick he scored for Shakhtar replayed about 700 times on YouTube. It's on every little highlights montage. Every like, oh shit, he can score free kick.
That's what we paid 52.
He has
scored
started to
one
pop
free
up
kick.
a little bit for us here and there, and I do like Fred as a player, and I think if Eric Ten Hag is successful over the next couple of years, and we get a team that can challenge, I'd expect Fred to be part of it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect McTominay to be part of it.
I'm the same outlook as you, and I think when Fred's playing as sort of an advanced 8, if you will, we scored a lot of goals last season from his pressing, especially towards sort of left wing areas, if you will.
Yeah,
his aggression.
He can win the ball high up the pitch.
Yeah.
That's what he's good at, and why. And he has sort of been unlucky in a sense that he's been playing in a position where he's not really used to playing. You expect him to perform better because he's got an extra pattern, an extra in Scott McTominay. But then again, sometimes he runs around, or the majority of the time he runs around like a chicken. He doesn't even have a clue where he's supposed to be. He seems... You made a very good point at the last watch along we did. He makes everything into a tackle. Oh, was it Abdul who said it?
Well, yeah, every second touch
Everything
is a 50,
he does is
50.
Everyone loves his work rate and his
I know.
battling, but that's
He's-
all,
He fights for the badge. Look, he could fight for the badge. He's still shit, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
I
I can actually
I
see him
like
playing
having them
3
players
in midfield
around.
today.
I'd always want him in the squad, but he's been promoted to being this...
saviour. Everyone's like, a bit of grit, bit of fight. You're like, well, yeah, I know lads from Worksop who can just go on a pitch and smack people.
Wasn't he like
that's not going to win us
on
a
the cover
league.
of Pez or something?
Was it? Yeah, I think he was.
I think he was after-
actually. Shit, I forgot about that. Can I
Just see that there, Joe.
Okay, so Ten Hag talking in pre-match has said who will play in Ronaldo's position. It can be Bruno, but most of the time it'll be Christian Eriksen. Interesting. He's really good at playing in that role. So it looks like it's going to be Eriksen who's playing as that like false 9 there.
Wow.
We can change that graphic maybe if we've got a minute, but we'll see.
I mean, I
as we
wasn't
go.
expecting that. No.
Obviously,
At
no, I
all.
wasn't. And I don't think Sky Sports were either because they had it the same way we did. Just on McTominay, and I agree. I'm going to start by saying I agree. I don't think he's good enough to start every week for Man United. I don't think he's good enough to win a Premier League title, as a starting midfielder. What I will say is, 12 months ago, everyone said the same about Fred. Everyone was like, Fred and McTominay, they're both crap, they've got to go. Fred loses the ball all the time, he's wasteful, he can't pass, he can't score, all of this stuff. Fred's had a good season compared to a lot of other players, and now all of us, and myself included, agree he could be valuable to a trophy-winning team. Maybe he's not as good as, he's not a Fernandinho, is he? But he's someone that could be valuable. Let's give McTominay a bit of chance to have a good season. I think he could be good enough again to play for a team that wins trophies. He's not going to be good enough to, play for a team that wins the Premier League, I don't think. But Fred looked like he was down and out at Man United, and now we're all saying he could be, a really valuable piece and this and that. Let's hope McTominay can actually improve, because, what is he, 25 years old? Still time to improve there, isn't there? But
by now.
He does need to improve. I'm not saying he doesn't. But I just think we all thought Fred was gone and just like, he's crap, he's not good enough, he's amateurish at times. I'm not putting words in your mouth there, but that seemed to be consensus amongst United fans, wasn't it? They're both not good enough.
But it's the middle of the park, and I'll be honest,
so
at times, bar Burnley, I don't think there was a worse footballing team at times than United last season.
Yeah, awful.
I mean, I know that it might sound mad, but the thing is, we had good players. I was watching. I mean, even look at Brighton. With their team and how much that probably cost in comparison, and they played some really tidy football. Don't always get the results because they don't have the players.
No.
We can pull results from nowhere
with
who we've got in the team. But I thought it was so boring to watch. I remember, was it away at Palace? Did they go down to 10 men? And for the second, I think we had about. Or in the first half, they had about 60-70% of the ball against us.
Was it a 0-0?
It was a 0-0.
Yeah.
And it was just awful. They had 10 men, I think, in that second half. And we couldn't get hold of the ball. I think that was Fred, McTominay and Bruno.
Yeah.
Possibly Matic, correct me if I'm wrong. But
even then, though, that's why I think we've saw a lot in pre-season of him playing with a 3 in midfield. And it's not been sort of 2 and a 1. It's been a 1 and a 2. And he's been experimenting whether he can trust Fred or McTominay as a lone sort of 6 in midfield. I actually wouldn't be surprised if we saw that today as a 3 and McTominay was your lone 6 and Fred was your sort of your box to box. Bruno was your advanced 8/10 and Eriksen's now your false 9, as you just said in that post-match interview. And then you've got obviously Rashford on the left and Sancho on the right, because I think that's what he wants to play going forward. And if we had Frenkie de Jong, it would be absolutely perfect for him, because he knows how cleanly he can connect the midfield to attack and defence, especially when they're defending. They're sort of doing low block defending, if you will. Manchester United don't really do that a lot because they play such a high line. But especially when they're doing low block defending or they're looking for a quick transition. If De Jong was in there, he would have absolutely no qualms playing just 1 defensive midfielder and 2 8s, if you will. But because I don't think we have that naturally gifted midfielder who can see sort of things 2-3 passes or transitions before, sort of like a Michael Carrick, what we used to have, he has to play 2. And he has to continue to play 2 of them who are happy to sort of sit together.
I'll tell you what's interesting, though. When I watch Garner, one thing you can say about him, I think he's been good for Forest, and I did watch a few games purely because he was there, just because he seems like someone who could have a future at United. It's interesting that he's not gone back out on loan. Yeah, I know Forest would have had him back in a heartbeat, and he probably expected him to go. But he's kept him in, and when I watch him, he doesn't really lose the ball. No. That's the one thing. He's very calm.
We were saying this in the last watch-along, but he's the sort of player that he is almost in that Carrick mould where he's not as all-action as McTominay or Fred, and he's not as, glamorous as Scholes or someone who's constantly picking 60, 70-yard passes continuously over and over again. He is almost like Carrick, where for him to have a good game, you kind of just go, I didn't really notice him today, because all he does is get it, give it, get it, give it. Like, he doesn't give the ball away very often. He's very good on the ball. He's good at reading the game. His positioning's very good. He's not getting tackled all the time because he takes the right step to gain half a yard off his man and all that sort of thing. I think he's got a very difficult playing style to really say he was incredible today. He was everywhere, because he didn't like that. But he's the sort of player that, you play 6 or 7 games in a row and you go, we won all those games. And we look really composed on the ball, and he's the sort of player that can bring that. I think that's the thing with McTominay. You can't say he's composed on the ball. Like I said, he takes a touch, the ball sort of spills away from him, then he's diving into a crunching tackle, and you look at it and you go, oh, brilliant, great tackle from McTominay. When really, if you'd just took a proper touch, you could have just passed the ball. It didn't need to be a big crunching tackle. So, I think Garner's someone that could be. He impressed me in that game the other day. And again, like you said, he's not gone on loan, so hopefully that means he's going to get some minutes. Juan Martinez with a super chat says, Fred's a £25 million player that costs 50 million. Scott's a £25 million player that costs 0. Neither are number 6s. Scott was a striker and a centre attacking mid in the academy. Off the bench, they're both okay. Not a fan of Fred either there. Sad, isn't it?
He's unfortunate because he's been asked to play a role that he's not naturally played in really his entire career. We saw him play more as a sort of advanced 8 who's happy to press aggressively, win the ball back in high areas on the pitch and help phases of attack, if you will. In pre-season, we've saw him contribute quite well. The goal he scored against Liverpool, the deft chip, it proves that there is a Brazilian in there. He starts almost every game for the Brazilian national team. So what's the attack? What's the Brazil national side seeing that we can't?
I think though, when Fred has a good game,
they have Casemiro though, and they have other potent defensive midfielders, should we say?
Nice.
Fabinho as well. Lucas Paqueta can play there as well. I mean, that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their midfield is just absolute yonks compared to ours. And if we could play sort of Fred in that role where we didn't have to worry about defending as much and just said, you know what, go and press from the front, make mistakes, pass it to our forward and just see what happens. But I think he'd be so good at it.
He's inconsistent though, Fred. I think when he does play well, it's a performance that has a place in a top team. When McTominay has a good game, it's as you say, it's for the runs and the tackling and stuff, and that's not. It's just not elite, is it? It's not what you.
That's the thing. What should we be judging Fred on? Like, I want to know everyone's thoughts on it, because what should Fred be judged on?
I think
defending, attacking, pressing, passing,
a bit of everything. His off the ball stuff is his best attributes.
Yeah.
His willingness to run, his tackling. He wins the ball back a lot. Interceptions wise, he's very good. Pressing is very good. I think he just needs to get the ball and pass it to someone better at passing.
But I don't think at times
he can't do that with McTominay.
No, that's the problem.
I think when they were set up as a 2, I don't think any of them was specifically given an instruction that you are here to anchor this team.
Yeah.
I think it's like, well, I'll stick 2 of them in there. They can both run about. They can both support. Yeah, they're both good at winning the ball back. They tackle, and by putting 2 of them in there, I'll take care of that defensive element. But no, because they'll both go for a walk. They'll both try and get involved, and at times they're both miles away. And players like, I don't know, today it'll be Trossard, won't it? Possibly that picks up that space. Time to turn, time to run, time to pick passes.
Yeah, they both need to be right on it today. Can we just talk about how good it is to have football back? Because I've been genuinely so excited for this game today. And watching all that crap on Friday, it was good that Liverpool drew, that was nice. But all the other teams that I wanted to drop points have won. It's really good having football back in it. I look forward to this so much. I get into Fantasy Premier League, and in 2 weeks I'll have got 18 points and just stop playing. But for now, it's exciting. I absolutely love it. New FIFA's coming out. That's like, it's just so much exciting stuff comes around. August, September, transfer window closing comes in a few weeks. It's a great time of year, isn't it, Jordan?
It's
isn't
great,
it just good watching proper football again?
It's mint, because I'll admit, right, as a neutral, I think I've watched like...
As a neutral, you're a United fan?
I've watched pretty much every Premier League game this weekend.
Yeah.
Through just watching either the highlights or match of the day or watching...
Sorry, can I just stop you there? Sorry to interrupt you.
Arsenal and Palace.
Crusader in the comments has said, deluded Joe, excited for nothing. I'm excited to watch football. It's almost like we forget that we're United fans, whether they win or lose. I still like watching us.
And it could potentially never be as good as this.
Yeah, exactly. It could get worse than this. Let's not forget, most teams don't finish in the Europa League spots. It's not good enough for United, but it's better than every other team in English football. Like, it's not that bad. I still love watching United. Deluded Joe, being all excited to watch football. Crusaders just sat at home going, I fucking hate football. Why
Deluded fucking
watch it? You're not forced to watch it if you hate it and you're not excited. Just watch something else. Sorry, Jordan.
Turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just go and buy some sweets or something. Something that is undeniably joyful. Just go on a bike ride and eat sweets. Jesus Christ, we're football fans. How are you not excited for football?
I know.
Anyway, sorry, Jordan. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I've watched pretty much every single game this weekend, because it's just nice to see how other teams are going to progress around you, because I think Arsenal were quite impressive against Palace. Gabriel Jesus looked really good, despite the fact that he didn't score a goal. His sort of attacking outlet was really good.
2 points he got me.
I think Spurs, everyone's got him in. Most picked player ever in fantasy only got 2 points. What an absolute waste of space. We saw, I think Spurs looked really good in the first game yesterday. Again, fantasy, Harry Kane's in pretty much everyone's teams. He scored 4 goals. He didn't even get anything towards it. Did even Son get any points?
Son
got
Did he get an assist? Yeah. But even still, The fact that the Prem's back, like it feels like it's been so long since we last watched United. When these lot absolutely,
they were embarrassing last season.
Embarrassed us.
They were I think those last 4 games under the Solskjaer's first interim season, they don't culminate in that 4-0 loss to Everton, where Ollie was like, there'll be players here that I'll be successful here, and there'll be players here that won't be with me. Those games were awful, but I think last season was as bad, and for 2 or 3 times as long. We were that bad for 5 months. There's a point at the end of the season where it's like, we will just lose every game we play.
The way it fell away was just
unbelievable.
Awful,
if we'd have played like a good team from League Two, we'd have lost. Any organisation and effort would have beaten us at any level.
And we were still in the top 4 conversation until about 3 weeks to go.
Everyone else around us were almost equally as poor as us.
So if we're better this season, what does that mean about where we can finish? Everyone's saying, United 6th, they're lucky.
Right,
I don't see that at all.
People assume that just because Tottenham have made signings and Arsenal made signings and all this, that they will automatically have a better season. How much money have United spent in the last 10 years? And it doesn't always equal better season.
It's over $1 billion.
I mean, we've spent loads of money and then finished 5th, finished 6th. Like, I don't know. Where do you think we're going to finish this season? Let's go around and do that.
My aims, preferable aims would be top 4, Europa League victory.
Okay.
Not just one win in the Europa League.
One.
The whole competition.
Win one, lose 5 in the group stage. You'll be happy with that.
Out, gone, yeah. Top 4, ideally top, but is it going to happen? No. And the Europa League trophy. That's what I think we will do this year.
Bloody hell. What do you think? How optimistic are you, Tom?
Well, to be honest, personally, I'm not really arsed because I just want to see.
Yeah, Joe, what do you think?
I just want to see the performances. That's all I want to see. And if it takes a few months to get going and we have a poor start or we struggle at times, but I know it's going to be awkward with the way the World Cup cuts this season in half.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
But after 6 months, if we're playing football that I think this is good, we could go into any big game and potentially win that game, not with 20% of the ball. I'll be happy. I do think we could probably finish 4th.
Yeah, I do. I don't think it's that.
Third's out of the question.
I don't think it's that mad to say that. Everyone's like, well, Spurs are nailed on 4th. Arsenal, they've got Jesus who scores 10 goals a season, so they're nailed on 4th. Chelsea will be better. Well, the 2 years that we've been remotely playing to our potential, and that was basically, I don't know, playing to our potential remotely, we finished 3rd and 2nd. Like, the only reason we didn't finish top 4 last season is because we were so bad we sacked our manager. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think our squad is still very good, and we are only playing to our potential away from being a top 4 team, I think. Our squad is definitely still better than Arsenal's. I think our squad is as good as Tottenham's.
I think so many people have dismissed players like Rashford and Sancho and Martial as players that are just, useless, absolutely useless, and have got no place in this team. And we're going to probably start the season with these players, and they've done for us in the past. Yeah, right. 15 minutes till kickoff. Everyone get your score predictions in. First game of the season. Also, there's nearly 4,000 people watching, and we've got like 300 likes. Can we get to 1,000 likes? That's a bare minimum. Let's get to 1,000 likes before kickoff, and Jordan will take his top off, won't you? And what have you got tattooed underneath? Good luck stopping us. That's what you got tattooed underneath. Right, loads of score predictions coming in. Get them in. I'll come to some of those in just a minute. Jordan, I'm going to start with you. On my Super 6, I've gone 3-1. Oh, are you still doing Super 6? Mate, if you win it, you win a mil. Yeah, but you don't win it. But if you win it, you win a mil. Okay. You know what I mean? I might do it now. I'm only on 6 points this weekend. Right. Dream's over. It's gone. For this week, it's gone, but we're back next week, Sounds like us fucking supporting United, but I've gone 3-1. 3-1. Scorers? I'll say Jadon Sancho will get 2, and I say Eriksen will get 1. Wow, I like that. And Danny Welbeck will score for Brighton and celebrate, like he did when he was at Arsenal, bagged at Old Trafford against us in the FA Cup, and celebrated like a rat. I like that. If you score against the team, celebrate. We binned him off. Yeah. We give him so much love and affection. Though, and binned him off. He did all that and doing all this bollocks. I wish he was still there. He'd be starting for us if he was still here. He genuinely would be starting. Yeah. Tom, score prediction. 2-0. I've got De Gea and Martinez in my fantasy teams. De Gea and Martinez to bag us. So you need De Gea to save a penalty and Martinez to score 2. I do think that defensively we're going to be all right this season. I mean, I think our problem at times has been scoring the goals and how, I don't know, in a game like this, I expect us to take the ball, be brave on it, and I have a good feeling of a clean sheet. I think it might be sticky at times, but we get a goal and then hopefully get that cushion.
Get your score and scorers in the comments as well, so we can have a bit of a discussion about who's going to score. Score and scorers. Johnny Piper says 3-0. I love this. I'll be honest, 4-1s, 2-1s. There's a couple of 1-1s, but generally speaking, everyone is excited and optimistic here. Jacob O.C. says 2-0 again. Aaron says 3-1 United. Rashers, Ericsson, Fred, Welbeck.
Oh, I'll be gutted with
that. Sounds like 4-0 United to me. Yeah, my brain still hasn't admitted that he's gone. Taron Camplin says 1,000 likes for Tom Looney. Get the likes in there. Come on, we're over 700 now, so
keep that consistency going. Less than 5 minutes, you got 400 plus.
Do you know what I mean? So let's get up to 1,000 likes. Brighton to win 2-1. What are you saying that for? Actually, no. For that, no. I'm not having that. You're banned. You're banned from the channel. Ban on this channel. There you go. See you later. That's not true. I didn't actually do that. I'm not
He's a dictator.
And good luck stopping me.
Tazim Pie or Tazempi or Tazime Pie says United losing 3-1. Took too long to read the name, and then it was a disappointing prediction as well. Anish Joshi 2-1. Bruno and Ericsson. Excited for Ericsson. A lot of people thinking Sancho's going to score. He did look good pre-season, didn't he?
Good pre-season.
2-2. Oh, Joey. 2-2. Maguire to make mistakes. What a prediction that is. This is very nice. I like this. Someone said, "Can we ban Jordan, please?"
Hey,
what's that about?
Come on,
Jimmy Eldridge.
I always get this right. It's a good job we're thick-skinned in it. Oh, you lot, keyboard warrior.
Jimmy Eldridge, you're banned, mate, for saying that. He's not actually. You can insult us if you want. 9-0. Martinez header hat-trick. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? McFred gets injured.
One header.
Oh dear.
For a hat-trick.
That's you can score 3 goals with one header if you head it hard enough. Head it, ball goes around the whole world. In again. Can we that the concept of things going around the whole world that were moving at fast enough speed was quite big in the primary school days, wasn't it? Then when you first got a concept for what the Earth was, maybe it was just me. I love the idea that you could do something that was so fast that it would come around the whole world before it landed. That's never happened, has it?
I bet you loved being on a plane, didn't you?
I love being on a plane. 2-1 Ronaldo to come on and win it, says Uncle Ruckus. That's a good name, that. Uncle Ruckus is
Uncle
a good nickname.
Ruckus.
Are you an uncle?
No.
Oh, are you?
Not exactly.
Okay, not sure what that means, but I'm not going to press too hard.
Somewhat an uncle.
My fiance, it's a long engagement, but she's got nieces and nephews, and they all call me uncle.
Oh, yeah, you're uncle then. You're definitely an uncle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good save.
4-1 Marcus and Jason Sanchez with the double. Yeah, I'd take that. Uncle Ruckus.
Jason Sanchez, I've not heard that for bloody ages. Wow.
Right, you both mocked me. Patrick McCarran says, Joe, that's literally the ISS. The International Space Station, it's falling at the speed of like gravity, but the Earth moves out the way of it. So that's why it never hits the floor. So that it is going so fast that it never hits the ground. Thank you very much, Patrick. My little theory.
Joe, what's your prediction?
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, forget about ISS and that. Thanks for asking, first of all.
It's all right, mate. You are included here, you know.
I think 2-1 United. I think there'll be some sort of like people getting spun and turned and defence looking weird and bad for a minute, and they'll score from it. But I think, generally speaking, we'll look pretty good defensively. I think we'll make more chances than we have done.
Who's bagging now?
Rashford. Bruno. You know what I mean? Sancho with an assist.
I'd love a Rashford goal.
Bruno with an assist.
I'd love a Rashford goal.
Me too. Absolutely chiseling one in from the corner of the 18-yard box.
Taking on Veltman at right centre-half. Ronaldo chopping like he did against Trent versus Liverpool.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Bottom right-hand corner. Yeah. It would just be sex on legs. It'd be amazing. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
It would be nice, actually. Tom Godsmark says...
What a name.
Do you like that?
Godsmark.
Yeah.
What a name.
It's nice.
Mr. Godsmark.
Tom.
He sounds like a right knobber of a team.
Like the Tom part.
Brilliant.
Really focusing on the Tom part there. Scary when the fan base are already saying if he doesn't get top 4, Ten Hag needs to be out. I'll be honest.
I've not heard that.
I don't know which part of the fan base is saying that. I've not seen anyone say that.
He's a bot.
I think he's a bot, isn't he? He's a Russian bot.
Hey, that's that, pal.
Well, do you remember when they just said like every single person that ever tweeted anything about Donald Trump was a robot? They're just like, no one even voted for him. It was just Russian hackers that got him the presidency. Let's go through the team once again then for anyone who's just joining before kickoff. We've got David De Gea, Diogo Dalot at right back, which just seems to be going without saying these days. Then we've got Maguire and Martinez, the new centre-back partnership with an average height of 6 foot. So don't know what you're in about with this whole short centre-back thing. The average height of the partnership is 6 foot, and we'll say no more about how that's made up. Luke Shaw at left-back. Bit surprised by that, actually, because I thought Malassi looked really good in pre-season. Then it's Fred and McTominay, with Bruno Fernandes playing in that sort of number 10 role. We think maybe a sort of flat 3, but I think it'll be a number 10. Then it's Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, and Christian Eriksen up front. A little bit on Eriksen then, because we've got 8 minutes till kick-off. Are you a fan of Christian Eriksen, Tom? Do you like his previous work?
And I think people are... How old is he now? 30. That's prime. I loved him when he was at Tottenham, and the move to Inter didn't really work. But no, I really like him as a player. I think generally, stats-wise, he'll just contribute. If he's playing, he'll get assists, he'll get goals. And by keeping the ball, that's what, you talk about playing with one CDM.
Yeah.
If you keep the ball, then that's how City do it. That's how Liverpool do it.
It's the consistency he's got as well. Like, his eye for a pass. I think Paul Pogba obviously had that, yeah. But I think when we're talking about Eriksen, he has to sort of be in the conversation a little bit because he's almost a direct replacement, if you will. I think Eriksen will just be almost...
Like that time when Pogba played up front against City, do you remember that?
Oh, God, it was a front two with Bruno. It was a 4-4-2, that as well, wasn't it?
It's mad that Eriksen's... If he does play like that, I would not have picked that.
I don't even think we've ever seen him do that.
No.
Ten Hag said he's done it before, but
unless his forwards are Rashford and Sancho, and he's going to play quite deep. Yeah, and they're going to play on the shoulder, if you like.
But that's the thing. I feel like Eriksen's going to be almost a no-nonsense Pogba in terms of like his vision and his passing, where he won't dilly-dally and try and beat 2 players before he does an eye-wateringly good pass, if you will. He'll just see it, he'll knock it once and hit it.
Have you ever seen someone make a pass that was so good? It's like, that was
right. No, but have you not seen that? Have you not seen that interview? Have you not seen that old fella?
Have you not seen that old fella in the interview where he's like,
"What a pass!" There's not that old fella where he goes, "He wins that ball so much." Like, he's eye-watering for someone who wins the ball back. So why can't someone be eye-watering for an half-decent pass across the box?
An eye-watering tackle there. You're like, fucking hell, what a tackle.
He wins that ball so much.
I think Eriksen's a cleverer player than Pogba.
Yeah, me too.
Pogba can do anything, technically, but I don't think he was thinking kind of one step ahead. He'd get the ball in, and sometimes I think he just liked to feel people around and to try and wiggle away from it. Yeah. Eriksen I already know what he's going to do. He plays in between the lines, and he doesn't take contact too much.
Pogba's one of those, a classic player who can do everything, but doesn't do everything. Or tries to do everything every time, where, like you said, is the amount of times when, if he just got the ball, looked up, or just looked up as the ball's coming to him, played it first time, or took one touch and played the ball, if that was what he did 90% of the time, and occasionally when he had to, he'd hold someone off, turn him and roll, then he'd be a great player. But it's like he wants to hold someone off, push him out of the way.
He wants to showcase everything he can do.
Yeah, he wants to do it all the time, and you're like, sometimes you just need to pass the ball first time. Plenty of players with... I mean, it's very... Since I've started watching football, I haven't seen many players with the skill set that Paul Pogba's got. No. 6'3", so all of a sudden you're thinking, well, his touch won't be... His touch is as good as anyone you'll see. He's an incredible dribbler. He's strong. His passing range is incredible. He's got great long-range shots. He can tackle when he wants to. But he doesn't do anything in the right order almost. It's like he knows all the notes, but he can't put a tune together. I think someone like Eriksen, who's can't dribble the way Pogba could, he can pass the way Pogba could, isn't as physical and strong as Pogba was, but I think he can be much more effective, like you said, because he just does the right thing every time rather than trying to do everything all at once. I would just delivered a Kit Kat chunky for you there if you want that. That's for you to nibble on throughout the show, if and when you want to. I won't be eating mine, but thank you very much for that.
Why won't you be?
Lonely fans will know I'm a vegan.
Yeah. Oh, for God's sake.
So I've got a trap bar.
Callum, did you hear that?
It's all right.
Let me tell you right now, you can eat as many Rennies as you want because they're vegan. So
tell you what,
this is it.
If you do get any,
we do treat you on this channel, don't we?
How long have you been vegan for?
I've been veggie for about, how old am I? 30. Been veggie for about 25 years.
Yeah. Fuck off, you're 30. No way.
31. Yeah.
You're good for it.
Yeah.
No way.
It's the vegan diet.
How long have you been vegan for? Sorry.
About 7 years.
Do you like it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you just eat chips?
Nah.
Do you drink?
Don't like chips. Yeah, I have a drink here and there.
That's why he's in such good shape. He's vegan and don't like chips. Because I remember when Ethan was telling us he went vegan for a bit. He's like, I'll just take chips.
I can't eat one do it like.
Chips, for me, chips are the best vegan food. Chips and cheese. Oh, what a vegan meal that is.
Potatoes.
Yeah, fried chips. So you don't eat chips, great. Right. I was veggie for a while, but
it's not so bad. I think I can cook a bit. So
that's good.
It's helpful.
Are you a big Ottolenghi kind of guy? That man is laughing in the face of vegans, isn't he? It's like, do you want this meal? Yeah, it takes 9 hours and you need 700 quid's worth of ingredients to make it. You're like, how can we have 3 different types of lentils? I thought lentils was the name of the food. No, you need pui lentils, red lentils. Anyway, sorry about that. Rashford is the striker, not Eriksen. Eriksen on left. That's from #DaysGone2, who presumably is in the dressing room at Manchester United, being told exactly who's playing where. I respect that.
You might have saw it somewhere, you never know.
No, that's true.
You never know. We'll find out in 5 minutes, won't we? We'll find out.
Ten Hag's got the same top on that he had for the pre-season game.
Has,
Get a wash, lad. What do you make of all this? Like, he's so strict. He makes them turn up for meetings on time. He makes them eat together. Like, doesn't this sound like any other job where you just do what the manager tells you to do? Like, it's mad that he's seen as being so strict for asking of very basic things, really, isn't it?
Because everything that he'll do will be judged in his first sort of couple of months at United. I say first couple of months. Everything that he do will be judged full stop, won't it?
I think a lot of the media just live to ridicule United, especially when we're down and we're not in the best place. If he'd done the opposite of that, they would be saying he's come in and he's it's more of the same. You know, players are taking the piss. You know, there's leaks and stuff, and no matter what he did, they talk it to death.
It all came out, didn't it, when he was doing them first sort of managerial interviews. When he was getting interviewed for the United job, that he ripped the club apart from top to bottom in just the interview stage with Murtough and Fletcher and all that. So I think from that point when that came out,
no charisma.
Yeah, no charisma. All he did was just rip it and just slag us off and leave it.
He had an interview at Tottenham, didn't he? And didn't get the job.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Was that before?
Before Conte. It might even be before Mourinho. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, didn't get the job. But
same with Van Gaal. I think.
Yeah. Same with Van Gaal as well.
Tottenham reject.
We love Tottenham rejects. Imagine if Poch came in. Wow.
Pochettino. Very, very excited super chat here from Sober Yaz. Says 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. That's good, not great. We only want Ten Hag. Thoughts?
2 minutes till kick off, guys. Come on,
can we get a bit of volume on the telly screen, please? Listen to that. The sound of football. I'm so excited. Right. My big catchphrase coming up. I think
go for it. I
think I'm going to have to go with the normal one, the one that we came up with.
There's nothing else.
Okay, there's nothing else to put in the comments.
There's no other option.
I wanted the catchphrase to say, like Martin Tyler says, and it's live. So if you got 1 minute to try and get one in before this game kicks off. Someone says, "Okay, start now." That's not good enough.
Pop it in the goal.
Pop it in the goal. That's not bad. Give me a catchphrase. Come on, and it's live style.
Homage to baggers. Pepper the box.
Pepper the box. I don't like that at all.
I don't know. You don't like
Someone
it.
says, and it's a Maguire mistake.
I don't know why.
Right.
It's going to have to be.
Put a banging
Why is
donk
Cadder
on
on
it.
commentary?
Someone says, let's get this toast. Let's go top bins. I like some of these. Let's get ready to crumble. Hey, Man United aren't going to crumble this year. No, not funny. Someone talking about this shuttlecock. This is a lucky shuttlecock, but the last time we had it on here, Joe McGrath brought it on. We lost. So it's no longer lucky.
Rid.
It's just a lurid distraction.
Throw it, get it away.
Eat nuts. It's only United, boys. It's United. Right, Manchester United versus Brighton. I'm going to have to go with the original. Good luck stopping us. Here we go, lads. Hey, come on. Did it feel nice?
It actually had a nice ring, you know.
Someone said, how bad could it be? That's not bad, actually. Manchester United versus Brighton. Yeah. How bad could it be? Right, we've kicked off. Oh, we've lost. No, we can't imagine. Oh, he's going to be so good if we lose.
Look how calm he is. He's just chesting that in.
He's way bigger in real life.
Oh, no.
Dalot's giving the ball away there inside the 6-yard box and side netting after 20 seconds. Get our heads in the game.
Manchester United are back.
Yeah. Man United are back, giving the ball away like we never left.
Oh, Jesus.
Risky touch in that position there, isn't it?
Did he save that, Dave?
No. Maybe one down. I know I'm being picky, but sorry, please, Callum. Thank you. One volume down. Thank you. Sorry. Right. That's perfect.
Composure.
Because we don't want it to come through on here because we'll get kicked out of school. Harry Maguire on the ball. Look at that.
He's just.
This is what he worries me when he's got time to have a think and pick a pass.
Literally.
We don't like us to think. Just do. Yeah.
Are you worried that all the stuff we did pre-season we're just not going to do when the game starts? Because
I'm worried we're not ready to do it.
I'm saying that. I mean, you're saying that, but Dave's like on the ball.
That's true.
Promptly in the first minute. And look at where Dallo is. He's like a sort of DM.
Yeah,
this is what I mean. This is what he does. He's putting in these inverted wingers straight away.
Look at that. Martinez up to Ericsson. Ericsson trying to chip it through to
Scott McTominay, who... It looks like Bruno is the most advanced player.
Interesting that. So far,
it's
definitely Ericsson.
Because you want to get Ericsson on the ball.
Yeah.
Ericsson's just trying to put the ball in behind every time he takes a touch at the minute. Bruno, good pressing, wins is it a throw-in? I think it's a goal kick to Brighton.
It's looking good, to be fair.
Good
could be how he is.
Finally got his the number that he wanted, didn't he, Bruno?
Number 8.
After Juan was let go.
Yeah.
Looks a bit strange to me, that. I don't know why it looks
What was
looks
it for,
strange.
18?
18. Yeah. He got it infilled on his arm as well, didn't he? He had 18 on his arm as a tattoo, didn't he?
And he got it filled in?
He got the 1 filled in. So it's just an 8 now.
Weird that, innit?
Keeping up with that.
Strange that, yeah.
Yeah. What else has he got?
Hey,
there,
we analyse every little detail
every
on this channel.
What tats
It all
has
makes
he
a
got?
difference.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well done, Luke Shaw. Sort of.
See now Ericsson's up there.
Yeah. Again, I think the thing with Ten Hag is just from the sort of analysis and kind of all the things we've looked at from him, it seems like he's very strict on system and style, but quite flexible on personnel.
Yeah.
So you'll see any of that sort of front four interchanging. Ericsson will drop deep and Bruno fill the gap, but that structure will always be there how he wants it.
We especially saw that if Martial was starting, I think. You'd have seen Sancho, Rashford and Martial almost not in the same position for more than 15 minutes because they'd be rotating that much. And I think we'll miss that fluidity today, but it gives them all a chance to go 1v1 for 90 minutes, especially
exactly.
Rashford and Sancho, and sort of murder them on the pitch with the football. Not literally.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
See, I want to see these four.
See, straight away, first one,
picking up.
3 minutes in, we
Good
saw that
pass,
crossfield ball from Maguire.
Again, did you see that running in behind from, I think it was...
Go on, Rashford.
Go on, Rashford. It was Bruno. He made that run into the number 9 spot, dragging the fullback across and left Rashford open by himself for Maguire to make that pass.
We've been so easy to defend against for such a long time.
I know.
Just playing in straight lines.
Nice to find. That looked like a sort of played out little plan, that didn't it? Where you run inside. It's a poor ball that from Fred. You run inside, leave Rashford free, and then Maguire can find that switch. It worked well, that.
Well done, Diogo. Fred a bit weak in the challenge
those
there.
50-50 battles there in the middle. Go on, Harry.
Well done, Harry, lad. Referee. That's
bought-
disgusting.
That was a foul.
He's bought a foul there.
You went
Maguire.
down long before he got the
disgusting.
contact.
No, that was disgusting.
You know
That was
what?
disgusting.
Fair play. What was disgusting was seeing his shorts fall down.
We
Most
saw
clearances
nothing.
and blocks from Man United last season. So, 80 million is not looking too
Well,
expensive
all I'm
now,
saying
is
is
it?
the amount of shots that we actually had on goal.
Yeah, and he cleared
You'd expect
a
it.
small proportion of
it
those.
wasn't even a lot.
No.
I've always struggled to get over the that goal we conceded in the bad defeat to Tottenham, where he drags down Luke Shaw,
Yeah, that was bad.
who's about to clear the
Yeah,
ball.
he's marking his fullback for club and country.
It was offside there, Bruno.
That's the problem with Maguire. For me,
He tackles his own
it's
players.
you always think you think there's a mistake in him,
Yeah.
even if he's looking generally quite assured.
Yeah.
You see that with Eric Bailly a lot as well, don't you? I actually think if Eric Bailly was consistently fit, he'd be a starting centre-half at United. I really do.
But you realise how important being fit is.
Yeah.
Because there's so many players like that where, he's literally the perfect example where he's a great defender, but you can't,
every season
you
we
can't
hear
build a
it.
team around that.
Look at Eden Hazard at Real for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They paid something like, what was it, just short of 100?
And he's overweight.
He came to pre-season overweight. He's barely been playing, and he's an absolute shadow of what he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
All because he's simply not been fit, struggling with injuries and all that.
Struggling with eating too much cheese as well. Love cheese.
It's not
It's not meant to be
versatile,
anti-vegan
it's not
slander, this,
versatile,
by
is
the way. I just was thinking about
Hey,
cheese.
We've got cheese.
Do you like vegan cheese? We've got cheese.
We've
got
Some of it's
cheese.
decent.
Yeah.
Some of it's not so decent.
That's a good pass, that from
Well
Martin.
done.
There. Come on now.
One more now to your fullback. Here you go.
Nice.
There we go. This is good. Sancho on the right.
This is where we wanted to see him the entire time. Oh, he's on. He's
Loads
on.
of
He's on.
space here, McTominay.
It's going to be Scott in it.
Cross.
Go on in.
Bruno.
Blocked.
How's he missed that?
Is he blocked? Is that blocked?
No.
Absolutely.
Has he skied that?
that.
I thought a centre half headed it.
Should've done better
Bruno,
there.
you got to hit the target. At least
He's
there,
got to
mate.
hit the target, yeah. Look at that. Look at the space McTominay's got. That's what happens when you actually make forward runs. United haven't made a forward run in 2 years.
He's leaning back so much.
He's bobbling
there.
a bit and he's just leaning back. He's trying to knock the tits off it as well, isn't he? Got to hit the target there. I thought that was 1-0.
That was better though.
Yeah, much better. That run from McTominay, and then not only does he make the run, we just go, yeah, I'll pass it to you then.
Yeah.
Priceless, isn't he?
Yeah.
Scott.
Best player in the
You
league.
say he's priceless. It's a double take then.
Priceless.
He's a bloody MasterCard, he's Scott.
Love that.
Welbeck juggling. Yes.
Yeah,
Bit
that's
of
the good
Martinez.
thing. Don't control the ball yourself. Let Welbeck control it for you, and then tackle him. Easier than touching it yourself.
I'm telling you,
Well
he's
done,
had a
Bruno.
great first 7-8 minutes. Martinez.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
know
like it's still very much give Maguire the ball though, isn't it?
We look fitter as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
I know it's the first game,
Just crisp.
but we used to start so well games. You know, you expect it from top teams at home.
Yeah.
But we've struggled to really do that for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a good intensity about you.
Good start.
Yeah, it
Good
is.
start.
I just wish Bruno had got that on
I know.
target.
Just on target.
Yeah.
Because you'd expect that would be the bare minimum. From that position, from a nicely weighted cutback,
Yeah.
all the time in the world. He could have even took a touch
Yeah. Nice to be creating chances like that though.
this early on as well. It shows that they're on it.
Ten Hag switching the dugouts around.
There's Donny.
You having nightmares that's Chris Armas because he's got that
Yeah. the
that
ball
AirPod in.
Yeah.
He's just another bald man.
Did he have the AirPod in?
He had one AirPod in.
Oh dear. Who's he listening to? If he's that good, if the person that you're listening to is that important, sit next to them.
Yeah, but do you remember when Chris Armas had those earphones in?
Fuck
Oh,
off.
Fred.
Shocking from
Fuck
Fred.
off.
That's the
It's a
problem
good
with Fred,
recovery
isn't it?
challenge. Fair play to you. But don't be making that pass
No,
blindly
it's an awful pass, that.
in your third of the pitch, Fred.
That's his weakness, isn't it? He can't pass. Neither can
Scott McTominay. But well done for actually getting that.
Rashford.
Wow. Just play the pass
The
15
weaknesses
yards
of our
behind
two central
him.
midfielders shown back to back there. Fred giving the ball in his own box and Scott McTominay incapable of making a 40-yard pass.
Criminally under hitting a pass. But no, what I was going to say then was, when Chris Armas had those earphones in, he was listening to an analyst who was based in Moscow.
Wow.
Who Ralph Ragnick knew from his time there as what was he, a technical director or something?
Yeah.
Who was giving him live feedback on the Manchester United game
That
he was viewing from a screen.
He was watching on telly.
It was
He watched it on telly
absolutely.
and told the coaches what to do.
It was just Manchester United's
Also,
banter era.
He
wasn't
wasn't even paid by Man United. He was just some freelancer. Not even freelancer.
A
He was a
freelance
volunteer.
football.
We were being coached by a volunteer watching telly in Russia.
Russia.
That's lovely, that, isn't it? Surprised that the players never quite took to his methods. Come on.
He needs to be earlier
Took
there.
too long there, Delo. He could have just put the ball in.
There's cameras in the way, innit? Right.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
You get used to it.
Just a lot of dying about.
Where do you film the Stephen Tries podcast? You film a lot of stuff at Salford Uni, don't you? I always notice on the video
sketches,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty much around.
Is that
Salford
because
Uni.
they give you access, or do you just turn up?
We just turn up.
Do you?
We just know which doors are open.
Really? Do you actually?
Tell you
'Cause
what,
you're in like classrooms.
it's all
and stuff,
up
aren't
here,
you?
innit?
Pretty much.
Just wander in. No, there's a class in
I'm
here.
sure they know and they're happy about it.
Yeah. Assume they're happy about it.
Number 2,
It's a good pass as well. That.
Well, you didn't get it,
Who was
actually.
that?
Quite. Maguire.
Maguire to the
That
opposite
switch
side.
to Rashford. I'm a bit surprised Shaw's started.
I was literally about to say then, Molassi's looked so good in pre-season. I was expecting him fully to start the game.
Got no pass on there, has he, Shaw?
Do you think
See,
that's
that's what
the
Fred's good at,
intention
fella.
for Malacia to be first choice?
Maybe.
Ease him in.
Soonish.
Yeah.
Seems like it. I just think Shaw again has been over the years at United. He's just been too inconsistent. He's had too many bad years and not enough good years.
I think he was probably top 3 players who were most impressive in pre-season.
Who Shaw?
No, Malacia.
Oh, right, yeah.
With Maguire.
Yeah. Sancho.
Maybe Martial.
Yeah.
Say top 4, should we say?
Look at that stat.
United have had 80% possession
We
so
never
far,
see that.
which is stark contrast to this game last season.
Stark contrast to any game last season in the first 10 minutes. Really.
Yeah, that is very surprising. I say surprising. Different. Yeah, last season when we lost to them, 4-0. Bloody hell. We still have 58% possession, to be fair. But it didn't feel like it, did it?
That was the only goal Mark Cucurella scored all season, that.
Was it?
And he's just gone for 62 mil. Mental, innit?
Yeah. He did look quite good for Chelsea yesterday, I thought.
He did when he come on, yeah, he looked quite good.
Yeah, but...
But Neymar's just a prick, innit? Why he went for that much money? That transfer
Neymar's,
broke.
what did he go for? 200 million?
200 million. It just broke the market forever, didn't it?
How did that work? Wasn't like someone else paid it because it was a release clause, or was it?
Yeah, wasn't it one of them, or was it Mbappe where they bought... Yeah, the club didn't even buy him. The owners of the club bought him directly, and then basically he's almost like a freelance player playing for PSG. It was something mad, wasn't it? So they could get around financial fair play, which is obviously a loophole-free system, that financial fair play, isn't it? Where just sponsor your own team, give them as much money as you want. We don't
employ any of our players.
No, we don't employ them. They're just
volunteers.
Volunteers that a country pay 500 grand a week. That looked a bit easy. Go on then, squash him in.
Do you reckon he's almost overthinking this, Martinez, where he's like, everyone's taking the piss that I am 5'9" for a centre half?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he plays on him?
Pretend to be really tall.
Just pretend to be.
He's got built-up shoes on, built-up boots. Have those boots got a high heel in them?
I keep seeing these shoes advertised on TikTok a lot, where they give you an extra 2.5 inches on your height. I don't. Good job. I don't understand why
your ads
people
are
would
kind of
want
tailored
them.
to you. Generally.
Yeah, so you've been
Googling. I'm not seeing these ads, mate.
I need an extra 2.5 inches.
What conversations are you having?
You've been listening to something.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do with an extra 2.5 inches, me.
Yeah, you've said that a lot, and then your phone's gone. He probably means height. Let's give him these shoes. Would you wear a built-up shoe? If you were 5'4"?
No, because
I think you would. I think that says it all.
No, because even if you were 5'4", you built up shoes only take to 5'6.5".
Yeah, but
that's something.
5'6.5".
Great, though, is it?
No, I know, but neither's 5'4".
But at least then you're the height of the average woman.
Sold.
See?
You find me that advert.
You find it us. You're the one that is plastered all over your Instagram.
TikTok, not Instagram.
It's just getting a bit stretched out now. United.
Now it's like United.
That's the problem with the stepping out.
Oh, thank God.
Fucking a bit frantic, this, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the problem
Lost
with him
a bit
stepping
of
out.
Composure there, yeah. Martinez stepped up and then just couldn't.
He's tried to keep up with him, but then he's gone to ground trying to reach it. And again, the height conversation. If he had
an extra
2.5 extra inches, he gets the ball there, doesn't he?
God. Get him them shoes. Hold on, Luke Shaw. They're having a bit of a moment now.
Could have really done with that goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Might be our last chance.
I know. Brighton looking good last few minutes.
I wouldn't even say necessarily good. They're just boxing us in areas.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think no matter where Brighton go, they'll always have little periods in the game.
Yeah.
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Because they are good, like you said. They coach very well.
He's done a great job, Potter, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has actually. He's done a really good job when you think like there's teams in the Championship like Norwich and Sheffield United and loads of teams where you think, well, they're a Premier League team, Sunderland and these sorts of teams, when he's kept Brighton, who no one thinks of as a classic Premier League team. He's kept them in the league for a long time now.
Playing good
football. Like, it's really hard to do that. He is obviously very good. The hipster's choice very much as well, isn't he? Yeah. Twitter loves Brian Potter. Brian Potter.
They do love Brian Potter as well.
I love Brian Potter. I haven't watched Phoenix Nights in ages.
Wow.
Sorry, I just looked at a picture of Brian Potter.
Give him all the hat, say it's you.
Come on then now. United have just looked them up. Graham Potter, yeah.
Completely forgot his Graham
Potter. Yeah. Graham Potter's done almost as good a job as Brian Potter.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
There you go. Worth every penny.
Look at that. See, he's not short on ideas, is he?
The £52 million feint.
That's what he would say about him. He's got a little bit of ingenuity, this kid. Go on then, David. What you got?
Oh,
love that. Absolutely.
He was kind of angled there, wasn't he? And there's nothing else.
No one's showing for him.
Yeah. That pass had to be on quick.
Yeah. I feel like it's been in our final third for about the past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bit of pressure at Brighton. Oh, poor ball that, because they were in behind.
Good team, this Brighton.
Better than us.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Love that from Ten Hag. He's got one of them 4-way clicky pens. Don't know what you can have it green, you can have it red, you can have it blue, you can have it black.
He knows what he wants, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's really nice.
He's highlighting what's wrong in dark red.
Yeah. And then doing green ticks next to all the good stuff. Sir Alex is there, unsurprisingly.
Oh, fucking hell.
Again, that looked a bit dodgy again.
See, this is another thing I felt with United of late, is that it just seems that when we are trying to play football, a lot of the passes are just slightly
like miscued,
like they'll play it into feet or behind the player, and it's just never looks silky.
No. Speaking of not looking silky,
I don't think there was
even
a touch on him there.
himself over there with a Ronaldo chop.
Fucking
block from Martinez. Come on. Here we go now.
There we go, just baiting him.
It's a good pass, that as well.
One more now.
Great pass from Eriksen there to Bruno. Good touch as well.
Shit
Nice
ball.
cross. It's not a bad cross, that. Yeah. Too deep, but
if he was going to do that, Sancho needed to be 5-10 yards.
Yeah. That pass from Eriksen was brilliant there. Just gets the ball, looks up, just puts us in their opposition box. Yeah, it's not a good cross, actually. I was wrong there.
You know, and I hate to come in with another kind of criticism.
Come on.
Last season, it was very frustrating watching Bruno turning in them areas, and how many of them passes would land where they should, they were intended. Hopefully, Eriksen. I think he's just going to hit his man a lot more.
Yeah.
He went a lot for he just went for it every time. Then it was with almost less thought, if you will. He was just trying to pass for passing's sake, hoping that I'll do this 10 times and it'll come off maybe once or twice.
Yeah. And you get the assist.
Yeah. Stats-wise, he weren't actually that bad, was he?
No.
Last season for
a number 14 assists
for a number 10,
which is like more than most attacking midfielders get.
But he would be considered to have had a poor season, wouldn't he?
By his because he got 28 goals.
Yeah, I know.
Like, was it 19 assists?
Keep him there, Harry. What a ball! He makes a better connection on that.
I'm sure was looking at the man there, not the ball, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was actually offside there, so he would have been. He would have been ruled out.
The midfield's just a bit scrappy at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah. Send him now.
Half stopped that run, didn't he, Rashford, and then had to go again because he wasn't sure if it was
nice touch.
Ball was coming. Great touch from Martinez. That keeper's on. Still, again, De Gea's not one where you look at him and think he's going to do the right thing with the ball at his feet.
Oh, see, I'm still a bit on edge from last season in a sense that we've messed up in so many different scenarios in that position.
Yeah.
Giving the ball, it's already happened this game with Fred. I'm still a bit on edge about that. And I know I said that I'm confident about our defence this year, but I'm still a bit on edge. I'm not nervous when we get a little bit shy, you know what I mean?
Brighton aren't the most clinical with the chances.
No. Danny Welbeck's never been an elite finisher, has he?
So I think Jay Motti would absolutely murder you for that comment. Why has he tried that twice now?
It's just hit and hope a bit there, isn't it?
It really is.
Winning the ball back high up there, that was good. Let's try and keep the ball again for a minute because we've kind of lost control of the game, I think.
Yeah,
last
just
10
calm
minutes.
it down for a minute or so.
Yeah.
It's difficult when we've got 3 players in midfield and only one of them can really pass the ball.
And again, like let's not forget, we don't have a striker on the pitch. So we are kind of muddling this together as best we can.
I think we'll see Ronnie.
Rashford,
Last half hour, I think we'll see.
What's that? What is that?
Eriksen doing his best Bruno impression there.
Hell.
Bit of a hit
They're
and
quite
hope
narrow,
for
aren't they,
Eriksen.
Rashford and
Yeah.
Sancho at times? They've not really been in the game.
No. And I don't know whether he's been instructed not to or whether it's he just doesn't want to, but Shaw's not really shown much on the overlap either, has he? It's like half goes to do it and then he goes, oh, wait, what
It's
we're
been
meant
all
to do.
Dallo, hasn't it, from the attacking side of the fullbacks.
Give us your thoughts on the game then in the comments. I'll go through some of the comments. The sound of the TV's coming through. Maybe turn it down one, please. Disappointing, let's give it time. Worst in history, they will fall into the second league. That's from Alexander Boskovsky.
I don't like that. He sort of shied out of that aerial challenge end, didn't he?
Who was that?
Sancho. Don't like that.
Yeah. Clinical, they said. Who said? I don't know. Someone said it, apparently.
I said the word clinical,
Oh, did you?
saying that they weren't
Oh, right.
particularly clinical.
Exactly. Yeah, you said clinical. And that word can only mean they are that thing, not they aren't.
Sorry, that wasn't clear.
Fred, get out. He's onside as well.
He is.
Nice.
Brighton in United's box. Chip
Winner.
to the back post.
Said, oh,
Martinez gets a block on there.
Referee.
that was
Off you go now.
Go on then.
fortunate, that.
Sancho
What a ball.
across to Bruno.
Nice.
It's a
Oh,
good
here we
ball.
go. This is.
Eriksen-
you got two in the
this
middle
has gotta
now?
go in.
Eriksen
Have a
into
go.
the box.
Looked offside.
I don't know why he's shooting.
He has to play it quicker,
Yeah.
or not play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Bruno
Use the
just
run
waits
to
a little
cut
bit
in and
there.
shoot.
It's a good thinking from Bruno in the first place. This is a good pass.
I love this pass.
This
to
is a nice
Sancho.
ball.
Look at
Yeah,
that. So
zip
clean.
on
Right
there.
to
There you
his
go.
feet as well.
Play it now.
Yeah. He takes too long to play it, and then Eriksen, I think.
He's got the,
I actually think he's trying to cross it, Eriksen.
got the ball under his feet, then, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Bruno just takes a step
unlucky
too
that.
long there. It's a good.
What a touch, Danny Welbeck.
Put it in.
Bloody hell.
See what happens.
They may as well,
Good
innit?
touch,
They
that
may as well,
Welbeck.
because if he finds out he's not
No.
offside, it counts.
Yeah. Was he even?
What a touch.
He's not even. Oh, it's close. He should have put that in.
I mean, VAR would have looked at that for the heel of Martinez, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's close. That.
I mean, I'll take the decision.
They're not supposed to do that, the linesman, are they? They're supposed to let
You
the
guess- I
transition
guess
go
Unless
or
it's a
finish.
new directive.
Yeah.
'Cause
Maybe,
they were
yeah.
getting criticised a lot, weren't they, for letting it run
Yeah, when
it was
someone's
obvious.
2
Yeah.
yards off.
That wasn't particularly obvious.
No. Yeah, we had 80% possession in the first 10 minutes. The last 10 we've had 50. So Brighton just coming back into it.
That'll do.
That's worked.
Put your head up.
No one in front of him though, is he?
See, this is what we were talking about before.
Wasn't in control
His
of that there, was he?
his touches make everything into a tackle.
He's too busy looking, like, worrying about the pass that his touch lets him down.
Well, that was a good position to be in.
Yeah, it was.
And he's just been booked for it.
A bit
He's
shit
been
as well,
booked
though,
for
that
a
there's no
ball
one
he was
front
in
of him.
control of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a 50-50 that only occurred because he took a bad touch. That's what we're talking about. Let's have a look at it then. Let's see a replay. I'm not seeing a replay this yet. McTominay's been booked, and it looked like it. Did he go over the ball?
Paul
Or did he
Tierney
just
with
go
a sk-
through?
Makes me
What-
wonder if they're talking
I know,
about it
yeah,
upstairs.
Could it be a red card because he's booked him, but then we're just getting a long shot of the ref.
I've heard the word VAR.
Me too.
They would be they'd be showing it as a replay though, surely, wouldn't they?
I'm surprised they haven't anyway though. It's still a yellow. You don't
Yeah.
get a replay of a yellow card tackle foul. Everyone having a drink. Looks quite warm out there, doesn't it?
It's like 22 minutes.
Drinks break.
Is it?
Halfway through the first half.
Little drinks break. 5 subs as well now.
Yeah, but interestingly, you can only use them in 3 different phases, can't you?
3 different, you can
Stop
stop the game 3
Yeah.
times.
So I think who played? It was Everton and Chelsea yesterday. Everton could, I think, had 2 more subs they could have made, or they had 2 available, but they only could make 3 subs because they had 3 injuries in the game, or 2 injuries in the game. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But they had you can make 5.
Yeah.
But they'd used them all in 3 separate phases because they made 1 and then 2 players got injured. So,
but occasionally that's going to happen. But otherwise, you'd have managers like Mourinho stopping the game 5 times for 5 different subs. It's not a red, is it?
That's barely a yellow card.
Yeah.
he did leave some studs on him, though, didn't he?
He goes through the ball.
Oh,
there's a stud on him, but he goes through the ball to get there. It's not red, is it?
It's so hard to kind of keep your feet
it's a
completely
yellow card
down.
at most. No, that's no chance of a red that. Jay Frasconi with the super chat says, when you see how this group is limited in their play out from the back, it's easy to understand why Ten Hag wants De Jong so badly. Still not a bad start today and definitely promising. You can see why he wants De Jong. When you see Fred passing that ball to their attacker in his own 18-yard box, you want someone with the passing and positional ability of De Jong making those passes, don't you?
Just someone who's quicker in the thought, half a second quicker in his mind, that he knows where he wants to pass the ball before he actually gets it.
Yeah.
We haven't got that with either Fred or McTominay, or really anyone who has that and the defensive capabilities of a 6.
No. Even just the
Which is why we're stuck with both of them at the time.
It becomes extremely obvious when you try and get them to play football.
Yeah. Yeah, same with...
It's not great, that, is it? It's not great, that.
McTominay getting skinned there. Oh, I thought Welbeck was
touch.
winded up for an overhead kick then.
This will be a
That'll
corner.
be a corner to Brighton there.
Cheapest corner I've ever seen.
Fergal McClements with the super chat says, remember when we saw Ten Hag talking about passing to the right foot in games? Fred and McTominay don't do that. We've seen it badly with Fred to Maguire there. Yeah, that's
what I mean about it's it should be second nature to players at a club like this that every pass just falls where that other person wants it. But we always see that players are kind of stretching to control the ball.
Yeah.
And it breaks it up.
I know, yeah.
We saw it nicely with Sancho in that counter.
Yeah.
Dropped straight to Bruno
But
in his running transition and to the foot he wanted.
Fred hasn't got it in him to be passing to someone's left or right foot for anything more than sort of 5 or 10 yards, I don't think.
We're going in on Fred now.
I like
Could
Fred.
last longer.
Like I said, he's got a lot of good qualities, but his build-up play is not one of them. His passing is.
I think
poor.
that pass across the 6-yard, if you will, is sort of stayed in our heads now. And it's the reminder that it's still a bit of a worry, even if he's in that
cannot
position.
have Fred facing his own goal.
No,
It's
he's not good at that. Seeing De Gea here as well, opting for a big punt in the end to no one.
it's
Well
going to
done,
come to something.
Ericsson. Well done, Scott as well. Was it Basuma? He was at Brighton, wasn't he?
Tottenham,
Yeah.
But they've made a few. What's that? 70, 80 million they've made on him and Cucurella.
Jesus.
Welbeck in behind, ball across the box. That's going to be 1-0 Brighton.
And it's
There
1-0.
you go. There you go. Pascal Gross with the goal.
There's no chance of offside.
He loves scoring against us. He loves
Welbeck's
scoring against us.
Been a nightmare so far. He's looked good. Fucking hell. We can't be doing this again for another year, can we?
Let's just see.
McTominay loses the ball in the middle. Just a little flick around the corner. And then what happens here? So Welbeck.
I think he's off.
He's on.
I think he's off. He's off. Definitely off because the Maguire's boot was on the line. Welbeck's toe was ahead of the line.
Do you think?
I think so. I think that's off.
It depends how thick they have these lines. As daft
Either
as
way,
that
it's a good ball.
sounds,
That to me looked like just from looking at the line where they were.
It's just one of them, innit? It's a good running behind, and then that ball gets played across and don't get blocked. Who's on in there? Martinez don't get the block in.
Luke Shaw needs to be more aware that he has.
Decision made, mate.
Just easy that, innit? One running behind. Are they checking it? Do we know? They're not. They're not checking it. The goal stands.
Yeah.
I looked off that.
Close, wasn't it? We
It
didn't
was
see any
very
lines or
close.
anything.
Maybe it's
1-0 Brighton.
maybe they're not overanalyzing this year.
Maybe. It looked.
The season's
about
gone.
level
That would have
to
been
me.
a 2-minute, 3-minute little break in play.
Okay, now.
Which, to be fair,
That's
I don't
worrying.
actually mind.
That's worrying from
The
Luke
bigger
Shaw's
picture.
side. That
Yeah. The amount of times we conceded goals like that in the last few years where just our fullbacks are just being overlapped by another man and the ball being tapped in the back post. Bit of bobbly shit, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eriksen looking a bit slow on the ball.
What a great start it was.
Oh, exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
Stephen tries in the comments. Says, just driven past Stockport Kennels and saw McGrath being questioned by the police. Can you confirm if he's been suspended? Joe McGrath will be back on the channel, hopefully, after any pending court case has been resolved.
Wingfest won't be happy,
You'd
will
hope
they?
so, wouldn't you?
Hey?
He's not. Apparently, we've seen the check there, and apparently he is onside.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, Joe
See what
McGrath,
I mean, though? It just looked like it was
Yeah, it's because it's the angle,
boot.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's slightly diagonal from this view.
That's what technology's for.
Tell you what.
Technology, eh? Who'd have thought? The microwave and now this. People having a go at Maguire in the comments for that. I cannot see how that's Harry Maguire's fault, that goal.
Why?
Anyway, maybe it was. You tell me. Martinez's man runs in behind him, crosses it to the back post, and that's Harry Maguire's fault. So shame on you, Harry Maguire, for not stopping everyone else's man from doing scoring a goal. Anyway,
To be fair, I'd have to see that goal again as to
Me too.
where we had the
I
portion blame.
Yeah, me too. It just seemed like one of those where it was a good run and a good pass. And United, the blame to me is losing the ball in the midfield again.
Yeah. And then the way we kind of dealt with it when they got in behind.
Yeah.
Well done, Diogo.
Not boot.
Josh Bithell says, just won $55 on gross anytime. Feels like he always scores against us. Come on, United, get it back. See? Could be worse. He's just won $55.
Yeah.
Softening the blow. Not really, though, is it?
I can never sort of bet against United. I'll either not bet on him or I won't bet against him.
Yeah.
I just doesn't sit right.
Doesn't
sit right.
Spoils me watching
with me.
anyway. I don't want to have a bet.
That's
going
blood
against
money,
my own
that.
team.
Yeah, exactly. It's dark arts, that, innit? Betting against your own team.
I'd rather be clean with nothing than
Dirty with
55 up,
everything.
covered in blood, covered in piss.
Look at this now. Brighton just playing it short, having a laugh.
Yeah, they're doing what we aspire to do.
Having an absolute laugh.
Oh,
One
here
he
we go.
is.
Here we go.
There you go. It's all right.
Oh, he looks so small, doesn't he?
When Brighton
Centre
scored
half.
first, they won 10, drew 3 of their 13 games where they scored first last season. Didn't lose one. Fucking hell. The passing
See, I know he
in
looks
midfield.
small, but generally, like, how many teams now are playing with small strikers or false nines or midfielders that slot in there? It's the game now has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
I know he's got Welbeck up against him today, and you want Maguire to kind of dominate that battle, but there won't be a Welbeck every week.
No. That's a good pass, though. We just need to hold the ball better.
I'm scared to see
Eriksen
how he does
dropped
with
it.
it with Erling Haaland.
It seemed like
5'9" versus 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Jesus.
It seemed like Ten Hag was alluding to the fact that Eriksen would play as the highest midfielder, and he hasn't at all, has he? It's definitely been Bruno. So maybe that's been changed.
Thing is, though,
after
we're
the
flooding the
Yeah.
box with no one of any decent aerial ability to.
And then we're relying on Fred taking shots from 30 yards out.
That's upsetting.
I thought.
You know what? I understand why he's took that
It looked
long.
like we had systems to try and break teams down where we were cycling the ball properly.
Yeah, but you're playing
we
against
were
a good outfit
overlapping.
now.
We were, just seems like
I
we were
understand
just
why
back
he
to
took
last
that shot
season.
though, because it's gone from Rashford on the left, back to Eriksen, back to Rashford, back to Eriksen, back to Rashford, back to Fred, and no one's showing. There's no aerial ability in the box. So why are they considering crossing it? Because no one's in an advantageous position, because Brighton have got all 3 centre-halves in and their full-backs.
Yeah.
So Fred's just gone, you know what, sack it, we've had 2 attempts, why not have a go?
It does feel very narrow when we get into them positions, and it's like no one is. I don't see where that little break of the line is going to come.
No. Fucking hell. Seems like they've just got more composure than us, doesn't it? They know what they're doing.
And
In
Castaña's
certain
just
scenarios, yeah.
took him out of my fantasy team at the last minute.
Who?
Castagna.
Did you?
Yeah.
Go on then now. Find a pass.
Bad day all round.
Got to come out of the ball.
That's
now.
a foul.
It's not
He'll
a foul.
give it. Neither of them were in control of the ball, and he's just gone.
It's a foul.
You have to be careful, Scott. He keeps doing little niggly ones 3, 4, 5 times. Deary me.
Well, they'll play on that, won't they?
He can't be happy. He'll be happy with the first 10, I think.
And that's all that counts, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first 10 minutes are where the game's really... See, if Bruno scores that goal, or hits that ball in the back of the net, the whole thing's different, but you can't... They've had one good chance and scored it. We've had one good chance and missed it.
I already think I'd feel better with Garner on the pitch.
Yeah, me too.
Already, like, you know, when seeing the way he's trying to play.
Someone can actually pass. It does seem as though we are playing against a team that's as good as us. You know what I mean? We don't look better than these at all. This is what it looked like last season almost. It's almost like now the season started and we've forgotten everything we learned in pre-season.
You've seen some games though under Solskjaer with these horrendous first halves and the second half. Like, you know, the players are there.
Yeah, that's true.
It could click at some point here, and it's always going to be slow when he's trying to implement new systems and.
We have a house bet with the lads from uni where we all supported different teams at uni. One was a Bolton fan, one was a AFC Wimbledon fan, one was a Leeds fan, and obviously me. And we always put a house boost on every weekend. And Wimbledon let us down yesterday. And I can't be arsed with a stick if we drop points as well. It's just long.
We'll win this.
It's a cracking ball, that.
It is a good ball. Who was that by?
Maguire to Bruno.
Yeah, it was a good pass, that.
So then you just think
this is what
now
then
what?
It slows down.
Look, everyone's just stood looking back at the ball. Where's the movement? Who's running in behind? Where's the overlapping? We just forgotten how to do all of that since pre-season. That's
nice.
Better.
Got all that space there. You've got to stretch him a little bit.
He's offside. Oh, he's done so well there, hasn't he?
Presses with back heels and shit like that. Too easy, that, wasn't it?
Keep him there, Luke. You don't get past you. Oh, it's 2-0.
Fucking hell.
Oh, wow. Pascal
God's
Gross
sake.
again. What is going on
just
here?
palming the ball back into the 6-yard box there.
That was something about that was too easy again.
So easy, wasn't it? A back heel. One back heel, and our entire press just crumbles, and
they've done so well in that transition. To deal with two of us trying to box him in their third, one back heel, and one toe poke pass down the line.
Luke Shaw hasn't blocked a shot or cross in 2 years, so I don't know why we expect him to. But it's still always surprising how easy people get space. That was too easy,
and then
look again. Fred gets tucked in on the right hand side, then, and then there's two behind him.
The pitch, isn't he?
Yeah.
Martinez is dropping weight. Oh.
Fred has no idea Gross is there. No idea.
No. I think that's too easy from Shaw.
Yeah,
I just think that's
Shaw, he never gets
he's
close.
Left foot. He's all left foot. He's all left foot. He's all left foot.
He never gets close to him.
He doesn't even shift it that far to dig the shot out. It's pretty kind of. I'm just going to put this on my left.
Yeah.
You can't blame Dave then.
No,
he's tried to put it away from the goal.
He palmed it back into the box. It was difficult to do much else.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not a big mistake from De Gea, but obviously you don't want rebounds going in, do you? For God's sake.
You're still excited, yeah?
I'm less. I'll be honest. I'm less excited than I was.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, the old 2-0 down after 40 minutes really will knock the stuffing out of you in terms of excitement. Ronaldo warming up.
It's depressing.
Just too many.
Can't wait for him to come on. We have 10 minutes of a glimmer of hope, and then we concede again. And then he throws his hands in the air.
The minor details of Ten Hag's press, but I always feel like Fred he's not playing sensibly there. Once they've broken through that initial line, he just leaves his position. He just sprints at the ball when the man who's on the ball has got a second and a half before you get to him. He's got enough time to make a pass there. Essentially, it's just bad positioning. It's not a good press. It's just you're out of position.
I don't know. It just feels like you're watching two teams here. One of which really knows their system well, and the other just doesn't really at all at this point in time.
Well, the ball went out, so I don't know why you're arguing. Yeah, it does feel like that, doesn't it? we're still getting to grips with it. But this doesn't look like the team we saw pre-season to me.
They've had 12 shots in the first
speed
half.
and the intensity that we were playing the ball forward with over and over again. We're just not doing that. We're lumping the ball forward. No overlapping. No pressure. No runs off the ball. The one time we did make a run off the ball, we almost scored, and we've not done it since.
But in fairness to Ten Hag, it's obvious that he's desperate for a central midfield player. We've gone into the season without one. Yeah. We've gone into the season without a striker.
Yeah.
This will be nowhere near what he was planning.
No, that's true.
Which again is just it's on the club.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not blaming the manager.
He's been there since the start of pre-season as well. It's not like we've got him in halfway through pre-season. No. You know. Again,
it's trying to just play in.
Not been a good game back for Fred, has it? This. Him and McTominay both looked a bit.
To be honest, I'd keep him on the pitch and take McTominay off for Jimmy Garner. To be honest,
yeah.
I think genuinely we need him
10 yards further up, maybe.
Jimmy Garner can play by himself as a 6. He's got enough calmness and composure to do that. So let him sit there and push Fred as that sort of box-to-box 8.
Yeah.
And get flipping money on the pitch, for God's sake.
It's been crap, this, hasn't it?
I was so excited at the start of this watch-along.
Hung over to all hell, but with a real spring in my step. And now I'm just, neither. Just weak, empty. Go on, Harry. Not that.
Is that a Brighton throw?
Yeah. Be a Brighton throw, that one.
You even need a look, did you? Is it?
That's a laugh, don't you?
Oh, dearie me.
Fancies for the Carabao, though.
Oh, what a competition as well.
City's that, isn't it, probably. Or did Liverpool win that this year?
Liverpool won it
last year.
Yeah. Beat Chelsea, didn't they?
I wonder which day it was when Ten Hag said, "You got to be second to every ball. You got to let the ball bounce in front of you. Make sure the opposition win the ball first, and then try and win it back off them."
Right, come on.
Can't imagine he said that.
Let's try and nick something before our time.
Yeah.
Have we even had like a corner or anything?
Not really.
Have we even had a corner?
I don't know. Just nothing.
Had a corner.
We've got nowhere near the byline really to actually stretch them about.
It's a good ball.
It's a good ball. It is. Bruno into Sancho.
Here we go. That's nice. You've got to be.
It's good that.
Why is he chested? Just try and edit it.
It came a bit awkward.
Put something on it.
Tricky height, like sort of neck height, wasn't it?
Running away from goal.
Good cross, Ericsson.
Why are you trying to flick it? Just hit it, man.
I know. It looked like he could have just hit that a bit. Bit better though from United. Bit more pressure.
No, but if you have more of that, the goal comes.
Yeah,
it's just we've had none of it.
No, I know. 7 minutes in, we had the best chance of the game, or United's best chance of the game. And since then, we've done nothing until we're 2-0 down.
I do prefer Sancho on the
left. Look at this, they've got 3 heads on him.
It's alright, it's better. See, there you go. Luke Shaw pulling the ball back from the goal line. That's much better, but it's probably too late now, to be honest. We can obviously we could still win the game, but 2-0 down.
Just hit it. I know Dunk's blocking a lot of that, but just hit it. You might get a corner. You might get something.
Yeah.
Does he even know who's behind him? Because he's backheeled it to absolutely no one. And I get that he's playing in a position he's not really used to.
But he's putting it in an area, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to do.
Oh, my God, man. Please, just take him off the field.
We've got to
get him off the field.
A few super chats. Elias says, hope Dong isn't watching this. Yeah, me too. Oh, I might go, they need me. Maybe he's just a really sort of sympathetic, empathic man who's like, I could go to Chelsea who are quite good, or I could go to this absolute shit show because they need me more. Yeah. And I'm a healer.
And you think he's not thought this already?
It's really a good ball, actually.
He needed a reminder. He might have thought we were too good after pre-season.
Is it?
Ref, have you not give that there?
Jesus.
You did well actually there, Fred.
Paul Tierney, you sausage.
Good pass that.
Oh, go on.
Oh, again.
Well done, Martinez.
Oh, he's been pickpocketed there, and he's pulled him down.
Card and,
Yep.
Oh, dear. Too long, did he?
Doing a job so far, aren't they?
Yeah.
Great away performance.
Yeah. That's what we wanted to say at half time.
Yeah.
Just took too long the ball there, Martinez, didn't he? Getting pressed high by Brighton.
I can't get over how actually tiny he looks under next to Danny Welbeck.
Well, that's all right.
Come on.
Brighton.
Apart from that, they've actually been quite good.
We've got 10 seconds left. You think you might boot it?
You always think that, don't you? But they never do they?
No, I know we want to play out from the back, but we're
now.
Like, if you want to try and
Maguire
score
knows.
half time. Well done, Harry. Good pass as well, that.
And then he does it there, final third.
Man United 0, Brighton 2. Is that some boos there? Did we hear boos?
Yep.
Yeah? A few boos at half time.
Clearly as well.
I don't know what they're booing there, really. I guess that obviously the
we are
performance,
2-0 down.
Is that the players, or we're booing the manager, or booing the
They won't be booing. They won't be booing the performance. They won't be booing tonight.
It's just their emotions spilling out.
Yeah, just pissed off. We've got a few super chats. Adam Sharp says, "Where was Delo for that goal?"
Which one?
I guess the first one.
No, but the second one.
Second at the back
because
bar post.
we'll tell you where Delo was. He was doing a stupidly high press in the corner, and I can't remember who he was with. But then the back heel took it out. Fred then went forward to try and press him, which understandably is under instruction of his manager to do so. But then he's left two players outside. The ball's gone back to him after a back heel and a toe poke has put Brighton basically clean through. It's just that's
I don't think he's gone for a walk
stupidly
there.
unlucky. No, he hasn't at all. No, he's gone to try and press him after the initial press from Delo hasn't worked, but then he's not covered Delo because he's too far forward to get back. And then he has no idea, and this is his fault, he has absolutely no idea that Pascal Gross is in behind him.
No.
Because he's reacted and he's not even realised that he's there. And
so both of them, though, were just like classic goals for United.
Classic last season goals that we concede.
I'll be honest, if maybe not Rangnick, but sort of Solskjaer, how it was last season, if he was still sat in the dugout, I wouldn't say, oh, they're trying something new this year. It kind of just looks like last season to me, this, with a couple of different players where, I don't know, it's like every single pre-season game, except maybe the Vallecano one where it was the second team, but even then there were spells where you thought, I can see what we're doing differently here, overlapping, like people making runs, and when they make the run, you pass the ball to them. Like you could see it every single minute where you're like, I can see what they're doing different.
Yeah.
Other than the first 7 minutes, it's looked like last season to me. This.
Yeah.
It was like watching basketball, though, some of them games in pre-season. It was, you go, we go. We weren't really looking after the ball very well. And you did see some nice things attacking-wise, but there was just way more space. Brighton have closed the space today.
Yeah.
And once again, we struggle to break down teams that sit in.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the midfield that we've got, who neither of them are particularly good at dribbling past someone or, using the space that they've got well. Lil Spice says, the fact that we have to rely on Ronaldo again to get us out of the mud is really sad. A player we said we wouldn't really be saddened to see leave. Once again, McFred will be our downfall. God help us. Harold says, it's time to say it. Ole did a cracking job. Well, he did do a cracking job. I think a lot of people have said that for a while, but just needed to win trophies. Marcinho86 says, if you're watching this, De Jong, why do you join United? Or if you're De Jong watching this, why did you join United? We said before, because he's a sympathetic man who thinks we need help. Sometimes people go, you know what? I want to help you, and that's what he's trying to do.
If he was that sympathetic, he'd just wave away the sort of 17 million he's owed from Barca and just go, you know what? They're in need of money. They're in need of a Dutch.
Yes, exactly. In need
Dynamo.
of a Dutch. Mid-Token Mario says, I have no faith in this United team. This season is going to be worse than the last one. Right. Let's criticise what we've seen so far.
Yep.
Fair enough. It's been a poor start. Let's not say this is going to be worse than last season, because if that's how we're thinking, you just ruin football for yourself. You have to have some optimism that this has been a rough start against what is a good team that's hard to beat. But let's not get down the alley of this is going to be worse than last season. Last season was the worst ever season in the Premier League. I'm still confident it's going to be better than that. Andrew Stevens, McTominay so far out of his depth, he's drowning. Philip Owen says, honestly, I'm sick of both Fred and McTominay getting bullied yet again. Marcino again says, Ten Hag played it safe with the same players. He needs to drop both the grenade and take out the serial offenders. We know who they are. Do we know who they are? Who do you think he's played it safe? Maybe Fred and McTominay, would you say?
It would be Fred and McTominay, wouldn't it? And off the back of last season, you'd say Maguire. But again, I don't know why people were blaming Maguire for the first goal.
No,
or saying, it's Maguire's fault and all that. But it wasn't, was it?
No.
Right?
McTominay over-dribbled in the midfield.
Yeah, he over-dribbled in the midfield, lost the ball, and then Luke Shaw, I think, was too easy in that 1v1. Who was it? Solly March, I think.
That was the second goal, wasn't it?
Oh, the second goal, yeah. So the first goal...
The second goal was the pullback
across. But then... Again, it was Luke. No, it was Luke Shaw because he wasn't even realising that Pascal Gross was behind him. So we conceded 2 goals because our players in defensive areas weren't switched on.
But you watch City, Liverpool. They will all kind of play that slightly higher line. In this game, they would both be doing that, and you can see that run from Welbeck getting in behind. But it's how you react to that in the second phase. And we're always a shambles. You think you're looking at players thinking, where's he going? Yeah. Who's he picking up? Someone's on his blind side. He hasn't had a look.
And I wonder if this part of that is learning the system and learning that, in the past, when you play a bit deeper, if there's a man in behind you like that, there's a real problem on your hands because that's not meant to happen. Yeah. Like you said, in this style, if you're playing on the halfway line when the ball is, basically on the edge of the centre circle, there is loads of space behind you. Yeah. You have to be comfortable when there's men running in behind.
And it's so close to being offside. It's a good run from Welbeck.
It was a good run from Welbeck. It was perfectly timed. But we still aren't comfortable in that situation. No. We need to get comfortable because that's going to happen a lot. That's one of the main ways teams are going to create chances against us is by runs in behind and chips into that space that we are leaving on purpose. But at the minute, we're like, oh my God, they're in behind. It's like, no, you have to be ready for that because this is going to happen 3, 4, 5 times a game. And we look like we just completely lose our head still. Maybe that's just because we haven't played the system long enough. We're not comfortable in that situation where we're running back to goal. Luke Shaw's not checking his blind side.
How are you not checking the blind side as a full-back? This is what I mean. And I know that Fred has to fill in for Delo because he's pressed so high on the second goal. But even then, you're supposed to check your blind spot. Yeah. It's like anything if you're defending. You have to be aware if someone's coming in behind you.
Yeah.
And again, look, he looks as well. See what I mean? Luke Shaw has looked to see where he's trying to call for offside, but for some reason he's not aware that Pascal Gross is behind him. Look now, forget the offside. You see it right here. Once the ball comes in, after because he's onside, they don't know why they're showing it. He looks and goes, referee's off, and he looks again, doesn't even know.
Yeah.
I can see why actually people are a bit more annoyed at Maguire in a sense that Luke Shaw has then had 2 players on his side. Do you see him there? Because Maguire's not necessarily gone and closed what looks like, I want to say Solly March again. Yeah. I'm just saying him just because I keep thinking it's him. Look, this one, back heel, toe poke. Side.
Again, Fred's out of position. We've got no midfielder.
Look, Fred here needs to know he's there because he's ball watching. He's not took his eye off the ball once there. He hasn't got a Scooby-Dooies there. We've conceded twice because people aren't aware of players behind him.
Can commit this foul here, but if he could control the football, he's got a yellow card.
He gets sent off.
And I think that's you see that when you watch some of the other team, City, Fernandinho in the past, or Rodri, whoever it is, commit a foul there. They stop that attack before it even comes because they're thinking about how they're attacking and they know they can always get caught and they're ready to stop that attack as soon as it happens.
Yeah.
So you have to tread a bit more carefully. McTominay's picked up a stupid yellow card.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
And so he can't foul there.
His own fault as well. Going on in there. It's just... Again...
I think we need to see changes.
Yeah, maybe
second
we do.
Half.
Heen Long says, dear friends, this performance is definitely due to the attitude of the players. Maguire fell asleep for 2 goals. Okay. Again, I think you've got a bit of I think Martinez fell asleep, let Welbeck run across him and didn't track the run. And then Maguire never really gets himself back into a position where he's of much use. I think you can criticise Maguire for that, but the second goal... I don't think is anything to do with
nothing to do with second goal.
Individual errors aren't our downfall.
No.
They happen, but there's way bigger issues.
Yeah, definitely. Philip Lopez says this team is garbage. Abdullah Ibrahim, who's a long-time viewer of the channel, says these players lack the understanding needed to play a football game. Basic scanning to know where your teammates and opposition players are seems beyond us. Elias says same problem with Scott and Fred. We need a number 6 and a number 8. How can every coach put McFred in this team? Because they're the best options we have in the squad.
No other option is there.
He's trying to replace them. We know Ten Hag is trying to replace at least one of those two, but the club haven't managed to do it. We've been after Frankie de Jong for, what were you saying, 13 weeks?
13 weeks.
It's
over 13 weeks.
Why do we keep playing Freddie McTominay? Because the club won't replace him. We won't buy anyone to play there instead. Daniel Leeper says we look exactly the same. Can't kick. Fred's a liability. McTominay's second touch is a tackle. Marcus is a ghost. Fullbacks are useless and can't create chances. It's a good 45, isn't it? I was so excited when I woke up. I can't believe what we're seeing. I'm smiling almost out of disbelief. I'm still hopeful that United can get a goal, and then if we get one, a draw and a win isn't off the cards. But
I don't think this game's over at all.
No, I don't either.
Far from it.
I think we've only had one chance. 2 chances maybe
know,
at
but
max. It's worrying.
Brighton didn't want that time there. No. We were desperate for it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's changes to be made.
Yeah, I
think Ronnie, I'd argue even Tyrone Malacia and James Garner.
Garnacho.
Yeah.
Something. Matt Wick says Shaw's sense of the overlap shape of the game is so poor. Of the overall shape of the game is so poor. How is his brain not screaming at him to be aware of that far post run?
Thank you. That's correct.
Darren log with a super chat, no text on it. Terry Lee Murphy with a super chat. The problem is the midfield, no control. They're so nervous to pick up the ball deep, and it brings nervous energy to the whole team. To be fair, we did see after 5 minutes, Fred passing the ball straight to the Brighton player inside his own 18-yard box, trying to play it first time. It doesn't inspire much calmness, does it, that midfield?
Teams have targeted that in the past. I'm thinking off the top of my head, Leicester FA Cup, pressing him when he's receiving that ball from De Gea, and I think they won the ball a couple of times from that, and a couple of goals.
Yeah, it happens a lot, and it's just something you can do consistently, because that's the thing. He is a limited player.
I don't think Ten Hag's going to get him to a point where he can handle that position well.
No. I think, again, though, we know he wants to have someone else picking that ball up off the defence, but we won't sign him, or we haven't been able to sign him.
We won't sign him full stop, will we? Let's be honest.
It don't look like it.
We won't sign him.
De Jong, obviously, we're talking about there.
So then do you go with something completely different, as we keep talking about how the only option that we have is sort of Fred or McTominay or both?
Or Garner.
Why not go Garner?
Completely. But the thing is, he's completely inexperienced at the Premier League level, isn't he? And
you have to get it from somewhere, though, don't you?
I understand that. Yeah, and you do. But again, it's such a big role to fill that I can see why he doesn't want to just throw him in when he's had one pre-season game because he was injured, which isn't his fault, but it's still, again, it's not a chance to assess.
I know, but we were talking
and
before.
And then if you get it wrong, you look awful. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the thing, we were talking about it before the game kicked off. We could throw him in and just see, because yes, it's a pressure situation, but is he really going to perform? Is he going to perform worse than Fred or McTominay? Personally, I don't think he will.
No.
He's got that calmness, as we mentioned before kickoff, and why not try it now? Because he needs the experience in the Prem first of all. Yes, he's only had one pre-season game, but we're suffering in midfield now.
I mean, Abraham, Mount, they both did it. Come into a Premier League team off the back of a decent year in a Championship.
Yeah,
it's not a million miles away.
No, it's not, and I would like to see more of him. It's just.
I'm not saying he's the answer. It's just that I know the players in there have limitations, and certainly trying to play the way Ten Hag wants to play. This is gonna happen.
Yeah, Ms. I'm not going to read that. Do I have to spend another season watching McFred? I already can't be bothered. Till they're replaced, we're doing nothing. Squad players at best.
I think they're correct.
They've not had a good half, have they?
They have become synonymous with our limitations. It's quite depressing.
Yeah, you go through spells of that where, like, I think there was a time where it was like Ashley Young that was like, you're the reason we're not good enough under sort of Van Gaal, and different players have moments where it's like, Maguire, I think, is on the verge of that at times, but McFred has been that for 2 or 3 years, where it's like that. Even just the fact that portmanteau of those two names is almost like, if it's not working, it's probably McFred's fault. I think like Xhaka was like that at Arsenal. I know he's still there, but He's still there, isn't he? Did he leave now?
He's still there, yeah.
He's one of those players where it's like, he's just not good enough. Why is he playing every week? But we ain't got anyone better. And that's a problem with the club, not necessarily a problem with the manager.
I think he's all right. We were linked with Fabian Ruiz for a bit. And then Fab reported this morning that he's going to PSG, it looks like. Right? Yeah. We've been linked for De Jong for so long. He's not coming down. How many years have we been linked with Sergej Milinkovic-Savic? He was not even an actual defensive midfielder to come in to play that role.
Reports that Neves is further down the list. Tielemans.
Yeah.
Tielemans isn't going to want to come. Neves, you're going to have to pay over the odds for, which would again take up most of the budget. We've already spent half of it on Martinez.
Someone to improve your
They've made so
situation.
many panic buys in the past, though. When I allude back to Fellaini when Moyes brought him in, and if Fellaini was okay for us, right, he did a job whenever we needed him to, at centre forward or in midfield or whatever. But I was thinking with Eric Ten Hag, long gone will be the days of panic buys because they can't get someone. He's put Frankie de Jong as plan A, B, and C for midfield, but it looked like he's going to come in either of those scenarios. No. So he has to have a quick fix, but someone who's going to come in and actually be someone who can play naturally in that position, not someone who's an 8 who can do a job in a 6. Yeah. You need a 6, like an Ndidi or a Neves or someone like that. But how much are you going to pay for those players?
The problem is that you've waited till now to bring in. I've not been happy with the appointments in the past. I've not really been pleased with any of them. Since Ferguson, and I don't know. You've waited too long to bring a coach in, and now he's just faced with this issue of no one wants to come to United. Yeah. Our reputation is as bad as it's been. Even a couple of years ago, just not being in the Champions League, and also our recent ventures into the Champions League. European football's in a bit of a shit situation at the moment, and it just seems that every year the favourites are the English teams, the 4 English teams, but when we were in it, it's the 3 English teams, and then United might Bayern, get out of the group.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you said, a lot of teams around Europe have been the worst they've been in a decade. Like, Italian football generally isn't the standard that it was, 15, 20 years ago, and we still have struggled against.
And when with our ventures into the Champions League have been so unsuccessful. Team,
we just lose, no matter who they are. Sevilla, Vallecano, I know that's a friendly, but Barcelona, obviously, we lost to them a couple of seasons ago. Atletico Madrid. Every time we play a Spanish team, we lose. Villarreal, yeah. And it's like, even us at our best, you still don't think, come to Man United, you've got a chance of winning the Champions League. You just don't feel like that.
Because we forget, the Premier League starts again, doesn't it? And but on the continent, these, you make your impression, don't you, over a few games a season.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Ten Hag's reputation is built on that Champions League run under Ajax, and people remember that and are attracted to that. United don't have any run to speak of like that. Rashford.
Oh, there's been no subs, and Rashford's just
no subs at half-time. Rashford letting the ball run under his studs there. Ronaldo warming up. Philip Merchant says, these players do this every year. Why are we always surprised when they come up short? Glazers bought a Ferrari filled with Peugeot parts and can't figure out why it's slow. Badge doesn't make you fast, lads. Saji Madej says, play Maguire, Shaw and McFred. What was Einstein's definition of insanity? Bailly, Garner, Mengi, Donny all deserve a run to prove themselves. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with Bailly. I think he's been at the club for 5 years. We'd know if he was suitable by now. Yeah. But I understand your point. We're playing with these players that aren't really good enough and surprised that they're not good enough.
One more now.
Bit better.
And the thing is, Donny at times, when I've seen him, he does look a tidy player, but I still feel like his best position is arriving late in the box. Yeah. It's someone who'll get you a goal. And that's not what we need. We've got an abundance of these players.
Yeah. I think Eriksen's a better version of Donny, to be honest. Oh, touch from Martinez. Does well to block the pass. Big step up for Martinez as well, isn't it? What has he played? 1 pre-season game. There you go. That's better. Luke Shaw with some space. Good cross in. It's the first man. Recycle a bit by Fred, but
lucky.
Yeah, bit better pressing there though.
Decent
that
start.
Was a sort of good touch, Maguire. That was a sort of space we were finding in pre-season a bit more, wasn't it? Overlapping and then leaving space for full-backs and other players there. Luke Shaw had tons of time and still at the first man. But
twice. He hit the first man twice in 2 crosses in 30 seconds. Yeah. It needs to be better.
It does, but at least we're making... See there, he's trying to break the line with Tommy, but he's not capable, is he?
sometimes these little things go unnoticed in a game, but that's another failed pass from McTominay when he was in a good position.
Yeah.
And we had players ahead of him.
And Fred both and he's just given the ball away again there, McTominay. And Dallow's giving it away there.
Martinez should not be passing it to Dallow when he's got a man right next to him anyway.
That's an obvious one.
They're outplaying us in every department.
Welbeck could have scored then.
I'm looking at McTominay there. That's a terrible 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was. Gave the ball away twice, didn't close his man down, positionally all over the place, letting people get in behind him. Like, here, look. Who are you trying to pass it to?
Even if it comes off, what position are you putting Fred in there?
Exactly. I think it might have even been Bruno who's passed it to, but either way, they've both got a man on them. Like, Sancho's the option on the right-hand side there, but he's just
head down playing the way he's looking.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah. And then...
into trouble.
Danny Welbeck must be loving it today on that pitch.
Again, it's almost poetic, isn't it, that the best player on the pitch is the player we sold 10 years ago thinking
because he wasn't good enough.
Yeah, and now he's come back with Brighton and he's taking the piss out of us. He's literally been excellent, hasn't he, Danny Welbeck?
Yeah.
His build-up play, his awareness.
Physical, presence in the box. What a ball.
Great ball, unlucky.
That's more like it. Good cross there from Eriksen. Is that a corner as well?
Nah, it's goal kicking it.
Just wants to get on with it.
Good cross there.
Oh,
right to the back
he's
post.
2 yards close to centre half.
We need to be making that sort of run, that sort of pass.
He had some platform shoes on.
Yeah, exactly.
Get those 2.5 inches, eh?
If we do that 15, 20 times a game, we'll probably score 2 or 3 goals.
Leicester 2-0 up.
Leicester beating Brentford 2-0.
So all that talk about them being in absolute crisis when they've lost Kasper Schmeichel and they could be losing Tielemans, potentially Vardy.
Well, they lost either yet.
Someone else gone.
Talk about Madison.
Well, Fofana's
Fofana
linked with Chelsea for 80 odd million, isn't he?
Play that pass quick.
Yeah, that's better. Actually playing the passes early, like we were saying before. Make runs and pass the ball. Rashford, good touch. Freed some space up, and then it's out to Bruno. Good cross. Oh.
He needed a bit more, didn't he?
And ball?
Yeah. A big shout. I feel like something's happened.
We'll shout for anything else, won't we?
Yeah. But this is a much better start to the second half, though, from United.
We started the first half order, didn't we?
That's
and then
true.
it just...
This has been better, though, because we've actually looked like we're going to threaten to get in.
Yeah, there you go. There's some space again for
Make a cross now.
Don't hit the first man. Better.
Have a go then.
Have a go. Bruno on the volley. Unlucky there.
They've done well to deal with that.
But that's the pass we saw a lot in pre-season.
Yeah.
Bruno chipping it out to the wingers. There's calls for a ball here. His arm. Does he control it onto his own arm?
Yeah.
He does.
Makes it slightly more fancy.
Different directive every year, but
I know.
It's weird. In the last couple of years, there's been times when that was Stonewall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if it hits anyone's hand ever, it's a foul. And then now it's just
now wave it away.
Did he mean it? I don't really know. Did it stop a goal? No. Okay, just don't do it then.
It's a good ball.
He's done well to wash him out there, Martinez, but as we see Ronnie putting his shin pads on, has he got those ones with his face on this time?
No, he hasn't. He's just got some.
No, he hasn't. Just some white ones. Wow, he's grown up.
Yeah.
37. Wow.
Can we all watch the game, please? As much as I love Cristiano Ronaldo's fucking shins, I prefer watching football matches.
Jaden, man, come on.
Just a man sat on the floor putting some shinnies on over the actual football match that we care about. Go on, Harry, then. Find a pass.
Oh, well, Scott found a pass. Oh, don't be doing flicks when you're 2-0 down. It pisses me off.
That's good.
Take him on then.
Go on, square him up.
Gone outside Rashford.
It was too slow. That
It was.
Come back in, the shot wasn't on.
He's done better, though. Maguire having a little scuffle with, is it Trossard?
Looked like Trossard, yeah. Oh.
Come in. Hey, you two. Come on. Don't fuck me about, yeah?
Do you think it's weird Paul Tierney's got a buzz cut?
Yeah.
Or is it classed as a buzz cut? Because he's just...
Oh. Is he booked them both?
Booked Trossard, at least.
I think he's booked them both.
Is he?
Both centre-backs on a yellow card. That's what you want. I don't know what happens here. Maguire holds him off, does well. McTominay takes the ball away, and then...
Oh, it's just a little bit of afters in it.
Do you know what? I wouldn't book either of them, to be honest. Like, They've had a
Just a bit of
tussle.
nothing,
No
isn't
one
it?
wanted to.
You know what? Fair play. Yes, man.
Just ignore that.
I like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie's
Too
on.
short.
Ronnie's on.
Ronaldo's come on. Who do you
Who's
think
he
that's
come
for?
on
Presume. Who do you think?
Ericsson. No.
For Fred?
Fred.
Yeah, drop Ericsson deeper maybe
Yeah.
alongside McTominay. He's had a bit of a stinker, Fred, hasn't he?
He has a
I know
bit.
we're focused on McTominay as well, but they
They
both
both
been
have.
poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ronaldo's come on for Fred. Let's see how that. Yeah, straight away it's Ericsson that's dropped.
It looks
deeper
like a
in there.
4-2-3-1 here,
In
doesn't
fact,
it?
Ericsson's the deepest of all of all the midfielders. McTominay's getting up more than Ericsson so far. Not bad. That's not a foul,
well
is it?
done.
It's just good play.
Get it, Harry, lad.
Yes, well done.
That's not a.
How is that a foul?
He's tried to shoulder barge him, missed him,
Yeah.
and gone too far.
Yeah, that's not a foul. Maguire just stands his ground and Trossard shoulder barges thin air. Fucking hell.
Look at that.
Very intense.
That's a man in charge.
Keeper.
Dave!
Penalty.
Get up. No chance. Tries to do
Shut
a back
up,
heel,
Carra.
This is it.
That was.
Oh, sure, you've
That
got
was
to be
very
quicker,
dangerous.
eh?
He
I-
don't want to keep the ball. He wants to throw in there.
I think that's
sure.
going to get looked at.
Oh, they're checking
I think
it
that's
now.
a penalty.
Do you?
I think because look at him. That's a penalty to me. Right in the back, 100%. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a penalty. It's a free kick. But
Yeah.
it's in the back. It's not a shoulder.
They'll be
barge, is
looking
it?
at his elbow there, won't it? Because it's basically a slap bang in the middle of Welbeck's back. But
Well,
they've not give it.
Wow.
I think that's a foul. I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
know
glad
what
it's
you mean.
not.
It is shoulder to back, isn't it? It's not
It's,
shoulder
you know,
to
it's
shoulder.
Yeah.
not. It's not as if it's a 50-50. Welbeck's got the ball.
Yeah. He's not giving that either.
No,
Fair
he
enough.
went that down so bloody theatrically as well. Come on,
Have we
Ronnie.
played on? We haven't we? Has the ball been out since or?
Yeah,
We've
he's
already
waved
played
it on.
Okay, good. I know what you mean though. It's
I'm
on the
surprised.
cusp, that.
Yeah.
He's gone into the back of Welbeck there. Glad he didn't. Right, no foul. Bruno with a little chip in.
And
Is
there's
that the first
corner.
corner?
There's
Wow.
that corner.
Wow, is that the first corner?
Fucking dumb.
What was the record last year? How many corners did we
45 in a row
not
without
score?
scoring?
Oh, it was more hundreds, wasn't it?
No. Hundreds.
I swear, no, not hundreds. I thought it was 100.
Was it?
I thought it was over 100 corners that we'd not scored from. I swear it was something
It
like
might
that.
have been over 2 seasons. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was 100. I thought it was 40, but yeah, it probably was 100. 100 sounds better, anyway, let's say it was. Right, corner to Man United. Have we just had one? And
Yeah,
fucked it up
two
already?
in quick succession.
Second corner. Go on, Christian. That's a good corner.
Get up.
6-yard line there. Who's making a run there?
Oh, Jesus. Come on.
Oh my lord!
Referee.
Well done. That's clever.
That's disgusting.
It was
Play
a
there.
terrible pass
It was
from
Dallas done well
Bruno.
there.
Was it Dallo? Or?
I think it was
Bruno's
booked
played
it.
the
I think it was
pass. hasn't he?
Bruno, yeah.
And it's
He's done well there,
clever.
just
He
to
has
put
done.
just to put his
Yeah,
body in the
really
way.
well done.
He's pointing.
Slightly
I got the
cracked.
ball. It's gone
Yeah.
through both for you.
There's a ball there, look. Is it? Oh, yeah, you should have
Sausage.
tried to touch it with your foot. Well done, Diogo. Bit of pressure from United.
You get something here now. There's half an hour left.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Plenty of time. Any goal before 85 minutes, we've got a chance. As long as it's for us, obviously. Not a goal for the If it's 3-0, then no. Right, come on.
Come on.
Free kick to
don't know.
United. Ericsson
Summit.
looking to cross
Little
it.
reverse to Bruno.
Yeah.
Watch him sky it again.
Good cross, not bad anyway.
Oh, he got the ball as well.
He
There we
did.
go.
It's 4. What is it? 3 on 3 here. 4 on 3.
We're back. We're back.
Sure. Watch him now.
Well done, Christian.
Shield it out. Oh.
Put it out, Ericsson there.
Sad thing again. I was watching Luke Shaw. Then I wasn't even watching the ball. I was watching Luke Shaw going. Just keep an eye on him, please. Yeah. After that stupid decision in the first half.
Couple of lads over the shirts off.
You know what we're like.
That kind of game.
Any sort of sun. Chebs out.
Oh, come on then. Taking 2 minutes to take a throw in.
Oh my God.
Kept it in there. No, we haven't. Decent start to the second half, but still not really
said that last time, didn't
any
we?
shots, are we?
Said that last
It's not
time.
resulting in shots.
No.
It's resulting in space.
Crosses have been too short. They've not been beaten first or second men.
It's going to take a bit of time for this to click.
Yeah.
So you need a foundation of not conceding too many goals.
Yeah, exactly.
To get yourself through this early part of the season.
Yeah.
2 soft goals, no chance.
No, exactly. Yeah, you want to be, winning and drawing the odd game while it's clicking, not.
Oh, again, it's Luke Shaw, it's 3 of them.
So lazy. Such lackadaisical passing.
He's bugging me now.
Yeah, same. Every time he gets the ball, he just sort of jogs into losing it.
See, I'm not looking at any of the changes as tactical ones. I'm just looking, get him off and like for like, because he's crap.
Yeah, don't change what we're doing, but just change who's doing it. Because Shaw's been
pants,
woeful.
Rubbish.
That's a good pass.
Get flipping Malacia on ASAP.
Resulting to just bumping balls in the box from 35 yards out, aren't we? Come on then, where's the... There you go.
Oh, my Lord.
Scott.
That's...
You're trying flicks when you're 2-0 down, and they're not even coming off. Like that was so clear it was never going to work. Just boot it.
Good pass that.
He's actually done well, to be fair.
He's
on. I think he's well on.
I think he might
First time. Going in.
He's offside here, Rashford's missed it anyway.
I'm not sure he was off. I mean, I was dead sure about that
Anywhere.
in the first half, but
anywhere but there.
In the net.
Oh, Rasher.
He was off.
Oh, he was off, but still, even if he wasn't, how are you not scoring from 6 yards out?
It's not off. It's not off.
Wasn't
It's a goal, 100%.
So that's a goal if that goes in. You've got to score.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Look, anywhere. He's hit it.
It's just a good save. Between him and Bruno, you've got to get one of them in the back of the net, haven't you? You can't. They've had 2 good chances and scored in both this game.
What have they missed?
Yeah, nothing. We've had 2 really good chances, a couple of half chances. None of it's gone in. You can't win if you don't score. If you don't take your chances, should I say?
Yeah, Michael.
I know, but like
Michael,
it's
over there.
It doesn't matter who Brighton are or how good they are.
Yeah.
If we just fucking
I actually can't believe he didn't score that.
No, it's got to go in. Find an excuse for target's a good save by Sanchez, but he just got to score. Doesn't matter.
If he bags, it actually counts because he's not off as well.
He wasn't off. No, he put the flag up, but he wasn't. That's VAR overturned immediately. He wasn't even particularly close. I don't think Ronaldo was well on. Just a good, well-timed run.
Ronaldo looked like he was going to DDT him.
Yeah. Same again.
Need something here, don't we?
Shit pass that from... It's a shit pass from Bruno, that. Why is that at head height to Dallo? Like, it's a 15-yard, 20-yard pass. Just pass it to his feet.
Oh, that's easy, lad.
He's done better there. Struggles at times one-on-one, doesn't he?
Yeah. If you could give him Wan-Bissaka's ability 1v1,
he'd be a half-decent.
He'd be a half-decent fullback.
Make him half-decent.
Yeah. Ooh, Brentford are getting one back, eh? It's not all bad.
That's the game to be watching.
Softens the blow.
It always is. It always is. It's never this one. Half an hour we've added time.
Come on.
To get 2 goals.
Really crowding the 6-yard box here, preying on De Gea's. Just absolutely nowhere near the ball there, De Gea as well.
Get out now. Get out.
De Gea came for that ball then. Did you see that?
Yep.
Bit easy, Ericsson, that.
Keeper.
They win everything aerially.
Yeah. We don't want to. Come on, that ball is bouncing.
There's no one, is there? Like,
yeah, that ball is in no man's land for so long.
Who's tried to get up the pitch? I mean, if Ronaldo wins that header, who's it going? No one's trying to get up alongside him.
No, they're just passing through us. Come on, Jaden, you got to get there. Well done.
They're passing completely through. They're taking a piss now, aren't they? Yeah. They're taking a piss and it's 63 minutes in.
Their fans giving it away every pass they make. Do what you want, Danny. Brighton literally taking the piss out of us.
Get out.
At least their goalie can't pass either.
There we go. Great pressure.
Yeah.
Made one change, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Come on then, a bit faster.
Overlap now. Overlap.
Just jogging into place every time. It felt like, we were sprinting and trying to do things quickly pre-season. Now it's just everything's at jogging pace again, like we're trying to preserve energy. Man's on. There you go.
See, even the initial pass was just had a bit too much on it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Ronaldo,
get these little things right.
Yeah, Ronaldo's pass to Dallo was just too hard, wasn't it?
You've made him have to sprint for it. He should just be walking up to that ball.
What a ball. Oh, Rashi! He's in the right spots, but his finishing's just been abysmal today.
Again, it's a tricky one, but
that one's tough.
At some point, though, you just think you have two tricky ones and one easy one. One of those three's got to go in. Either you do better than you say, oh, it's a great finish. You can't just have all of it where you just go, not quite there, not quite there, not quite there.
It's a cracking ball, that as well.
It's a great cross. And he's stepping onto it.
It's just where you want it as well.
Yeah.
It's not even at his foot, that. It's hit the side of his
inside of his
shin.
Yeah.
He'll get one. He'll get one, surely.
Hold on, all right. Go on then now, press him. See, where's this press?
Oh, Jesus.
Martinez heading the ball away.
Oh, they're making...
Just seem a yard quicker, don't they?
They're making Adam Lallana look like prime David Silva, honestly.
Yeah. Nice one-touch football from Brighton. That's a bag of shite, though, isn't it? What happens here? What are they looking at? Maguire off
He's
the
lucky
ball.
there. Referee sees that.
What did he do?
Just dragged it in. I think he was getting away and he just pulled him down.
Well done, Scott. Off you go now. Off you go.
On, then. Pass it to him, yeah, there you go. And now Ronaldo get forward and all. Stretch the game a little bit.
Oh, see, they're following in there.
That's better. Good shot there, Ericsson.
Ronaldo was close to that one. So Ronaldo will follow it in. I think he's just unlucky there. It just doesn't quite fall.
No, he's there, Ronaldo, and it just not quite close enough. Corner again to United. Come on, then. Go on, then.
That's it. Yes. Oh, shit. Come on.
Is he going to give that? Is that going to get overturned? The goal is pissed
Come
off.
on.
Usually when...
Who was it?
I don't even know.
Dallo,
maybe.
The camera's on
The
Dallo.
ball's gone in. I just hate VAR. I hate VAR.
Yeah.
Give me a mistake over this any day. I'd rather the ref makes a mistake than us go in. Because I just think this is going to get overturned because someone smells the goalie's ear. So Dallow's leaning into the goalie.
The keeper's pushing him.
Yeah, the keeper's pushing him.
No, not a chance.
Nothing in
Not
there.
a chance to give that.
No, that's not getting overturned.
Oh, it's an own
goal.
So it's an own goal.
McAllister own goal, and there's absolutely no chance.
What's the rules with handball? Because that's touched his arm.
But he's not put the ball in the back of the net.
I know, but it's immediately resulted in I don't know. I'm just trying to remember the rule.
That's the point.
Yes.
But if it's an own goal, does that rule that out? I personally think that's going to stand. I can't see what it'd be overturned for.
I'm remembering the one at Middlesbrough.
It stood, apparently.
Yeah, cool.
Right, 2-1 Manchester United, back in the game.
Is it stood?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. It's got to, hasn't it? There's certainly no foul on him. He's pushing Dallow and then jumps for the ball, completely misses it.
There's no issue with the keeper there.
It's just whether whether it touches, possible handball they're checking for. Apparently it has.
The thing is, though, he's not aware that it's there. He's not aware, so he's just naturally turned around.
It's hit two people. It's a cock up between them.
Yeah. There's been a lot of own goals this.
There has been. Solicitors yesterday.
There was 2 or 3 yesterday.
Possible offside. Oh.
Who? Maguire? How can he be offside? It's a fucking corner.
Because the guy's not on the pitch, and he's ahead of the.
But Maguire don't touch the ball, does he?
No. Yeah, Maguire's not involved in that because that's a no way.
Surely that's got to stand. There we go. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, back in the game. We needed that.
It's just the length of this show. Far too much water.
Hey, you'll get used to it, right? I've been used to holding my bladder for like 2 hours at this point.
Yeah.
Go on, head off. Get what
do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
This game's got interesting now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you can hold it for 20. You can hold it for 20. Oh, you can't. Never mind.
We can cut around you.
Tom Cooney is a bottle job.
Back in the game, then United. They needed that. Plenty of time to go. 20 minutes to get a goal or 2. Would you take a draw?
Well, considering how poor the first half was, I think if we got offered it, you'd bite your hand off, wouldn't you?
Bruno's lucky there. I don't think that was a foul, personally. Yeah, I would have taken a draw at half time, but now you feel.
You've got 20 minutes.
Now we feel buoyed.
20 minutes to do something, right? I mean, that is a foul, innit?
Yeah.
It is a foul.
It is. What's going on here? The ref's waving someone on the pitch. Is it a Medical United? Medical United, what am I even saying? I'm trying to watch the game. See what's going on. The ref's just waved someone on the pitch. What happened then? Oh, was he waving a player back on the pitch who was injured? Maybe that's probably what it was, wasn't it? Bruno.
Honestly, I wish I could tell you, mate, because you seem a bit lost then, but I don't know.
I loved it.
What a ball.
I love being lost.
Corner ball.
Corner to
Come on.
United.
Let's go. Come on now.
The crowd going.
Imagine, back to back.
Back to back what?
Quick fire goals.
Oh, goals, yeah. Corner to United, you haven't missed much. You actually literally missed nothing. We kicked the ball forward, one pass forward, and then we got a corner.
Oh, that's better.
Love a Muller corner as well.
Ball in the box.
Oh, Maguire.
Back out.
He's onside if he gets there. He's fine.
Sancho.
Nice.
Pull out now. Pull out now.
Yeah, he's back out there on the left, on the right. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Go on. Bit of space for Sancho, one-on-one.
Well done.
Corner.
Oh, I am glad we scored with 20 minutes to go.
Now, good time to put some pressure on as well.
Full stop.
It might be 3-1 before we know what we're doing.
Oh, that reminds me of a segment on the podcast. Did you hear what that Lenny just said? Oh dear. Come on now.
Another corner that's ended up with us.
That'll tickle me a bit, that.
What are we on about? Stephen Tries podcast.
Somewhat, yeah. Oh.
Bruno Fernandes. Dallow with a little chip with his
nice.
left foot. Go on then.
Ronnie, what? He's like debating whether to go.
It looked like there was a fullback there that he was waiting for them to press, but there wasn't. It was up to him. Well done. Absolute Goliath in the air, Martinez there. Go on, Harry!
One more.
Go on, Diogo.
Go on.
It's it.
Ooh.
Oh, he's spinning everything in.
Bloody hell.
Go on, that'll get the crowd going. That good stuff. Go on, get the crowd going. Do a bit. I hate that.
Love that.
Stop that immediately.
Right. Fucking man.
Take my mic off me. Just snip the wire out. There you go. Big pair of comedy scissors.
Oh,
That's a good
Paul.
Foul. No, that's a good foul to give away that from short.
Right,
Surprised he's
it's
booked
short.
in
There's
there.
an excuse now to take him
I'm
off.
surprised he's booked in there. I thought that's one of them where you go.
No,
more of
I
that.
think. Well, if he wins it, he's in, isn't he?
Dal always looks more dangerous on this side than Rashford has the entire game.
I know.
That's true. Paul from Sanchez.
I've been disappointed in Rashford.
Yeah.
Not just the finish. It's just not really been involved. You know,
No.
Sancho's not had his best game, but he's been getting on the ball. And
Yeah. We tend to say that a lot about Sancho, though, don't we? He's not had his best game, but at least he's on the ball a lot. Like he does. That's what he did all last year, wasn't it?
Dribble.
Little.
it's
nice
a big
little
season
dribbles.
for him this year.
It is, yeah.
I've always said about Sancho, I'd be happy with him having like 3 very lacklustre seasons, and then he's unbelievable for 7 years because he'll be 23
We'd all
if
be
he has
happy with
if he
that.
has 2 more rubbish seasons. He'll only be 23.
Yeah.
He's 21 years of age. He's got absolutely ages yet. What's an outside the ball, Harry?
Is that Maguire?
Yeah.
Wow.
Going in.
You know what? If you wanted to look for it, he's done a lot of good things today, Maguire. Like a lot of good passing and that.
I don't think he's had a bad game.
No, I
at
don't
all.
either. This is much better from United last 15 minutes, isn't it? Is it Lamptey?
Lamptey.
He fell
Donny,
away, didn't
looks
he?
like Donny's coming
Donny's
on.
bleeding, getting ready.
Trossard going off.
Well, was Martinez escorting him off?
So they're just walking off, aren't they? Taking the time. Just fair enough, I suppose. And Wepu coming on as well.
Lamptey making them runs against yellow-carded Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
If there was ever a time to bring Malacia
I
on,
think so.
Yeah.
Just for the speed of which he'll support the attacks.
but we're getting Donny van der Beek.
He's having a,
It's more time
He
than
fancies
he's
a
used
quick
to.
froob
Yeah.
before he comes on.
he's having a froob. Can I finish my packed lunch before I come on, please? I wasn't expecting to come on this early. Still got a mini roll and a froob. I'll just have the froob.
Oh,
You're
the
gonna
froob
touch this
then.
cheese string.
Yeah, exactly. No. Taking his time with it. My mum's packed this for me, you see, and I'd be ashamed to waste it. Donny, if you want to play for Manchester United, you have to stop eating.
Stop eating packed lunches.
All right, well, this corned beef sandwich is going in the bin then. So, is that coming out of my wages or? That's better. Oh,
I think you've tickled that over there.
good, that wasn't it?
Have a go in. Have a go in. Have a go in.
Oh, fucking hell.
We like that, didn't we?
Got excited there. That stayed low.
There's the
longer than I thought
excitement.
it
It's
was
back.
gonna. Come on. Go on, Donny. Who's he coming on for, do you think? McTominay?
McTominay.
You'd hope so.
Going for the win here if it is.
As opposed to...
Well, as opposed to keeping it that we're...
Keeping it 2-1. We're
No,
happy.
It's
We're
an interesting
content.
approach.
No. We're already putting a lot of pressure on and not risking too much defensively. If you take McTominay off
Agreed.
for Van der Beek,
You start
it's
protecting
all
the
out
borders,
attack
don't you?
is what I'm trying to say. Oh, fucking McTominay.
Get back in
tackling Maguire
position now. He's got a Ronaldo and Artie all over this.
What was that
After
first
all-
game of the season last year?
Newcastle at home, wasn't it?
No, that was Ronaldo's
No,
first
it was
game. We
Ronaldo's
played
first
before
Oh, that
that.
was Ronaldo's
'Cause
first
it was
game.
Palace the year before at home, wasn't it? We
Yeah.
got beat there.
Was Ronnie not fit for the first game?
No. I don't think... No, we signed him after the first game, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Did we?
Who did we play?
My mind's gone blank. Scott's coming off, and there's some people on their feet applauding him. What's in the water at Old Trafford?
Should be able to find that. Certainly one of the three people behind the camera should be able to find it if we can't.
Just Google knowledge, innit?
What some info?
Here we go then. Leeds 5-1. There you go.
Oh, yeah, of course it was fucking Leeds.
Yeah. Happier times.
Good times, weren't they?
Yeah. And look how that season turned out. So maybe winning your first games.
Yeah, winning your first game is
overrated.
Yeah. Massively. Hold on.
Go on, then he saw that.
Just pumping it up to a lone Marcus Rashford. Hold on. Did Donny come on for McTominay? I missed that.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah.
It's dropped off a little bit, hasn't it? Brighton have just killed the game for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think that's why he's made that sub in it. He's probably saw that coming.
I don't see how referees don't see it when a player isn't looking at the ball. Because McAllister's not got an eye on the ball.
That's a booking, really, isn't it? He's late. He's not trying to.
He's late, and he's just gone. I'll just throw my entire body weight at him.
Yeah,
it is a booking.
Has he booked him? He hasn't.
No.
Surprising, that, isn't it?
It's daft.
Sure. Donny playing almost as that number 9 role now.
You'd have thought it. First game of the season,
Bruno's
back at Old Trafford.
Yeah, Bruno and Ericsson as your 2 6s, Donny van der Beek as your main striker.
Welcome to Ten Hag's football, hey?
Risky going for chests there, isn't it?
Our 2 defensive midfielders are...
Oh, he's got all over.
10s.
Got his shirt there.
10s.
Nice.
And they're attacking
He's calm
midfielders
there,
as well.
Ericsson, isn't he?
And again, same again.
One more! You need to go wide then.
Yeah.
Too hard.
If it's weighted, it's not a terrible pass.
No. The pass was on, yeah, it just... Overhits it.
Come on. What are we saying about 14 minutes left? We've added time.
Probably, yeah. A few nervy faces around Old Trafford.
Oh my God, he looks like he's about to
Distraught.
cry. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but he actually looked like he was going to break down then.
It had a sort of last day of the season vibes, that pose, didn't it? Like, it's week 1.
It was like that, innit?
I know.
Almost. Bloody hell.
Okay, get Rangnick back.
Oh,
Don't we?
Jesus.
Just
Jesus.
imagine.
Gegenpress for one game.
See if we can lose 30 games in one season. No. Still got 10 minutes to go. Keeper. Oh. Good did Will Martinez there. Saw the danger well. Yeah.
I think I don't want to point Maguire there, but he was slow to.
Yeah.
That's Martinez's ball that he's challenged and picked up the loose one.
Yeah.
Everyone else just ball watching.
They've been doing that a lot at back 4 today. A lot of ball watching. The whole reason why we conceded 2 goals was because players were ball watching.
Yeah. See, the last 5-10 minutes, it's been more Brighton than United, hasn't it? Come on.
How's that gone all the way back there?
See this?
Well, even Luke Shaw's like, I have no idea where I'm bleeding supposed to pass it to.
on for Rashford.
Yeah, something.
Just like I'm not expecting Rashford to do much when he gets the ball.
The old goal. Trap the ball under.
Yeah, someone who's a bit lively actually trying to get on the ball.
Yeah. I don't know who else we've got. I mean, we've got Elanga, but I'll be honest, I'm not Elanga's biggest fan.
No.
I think he's all right.
He didn't have a great pre-season, did he?
Didn't have a great season last year, really, did he? He had a couple of moments.
He's athletic,
Yeah.
but you need a bit more than
He's
that.
quick,
Oh,
isn't
so much time.
Fuck, it's a poor shot.
It looked like it nestled in this angle.
Yeah.
It looked like it nestled.
Just standing off him. No one anywhere near.
Realistically, it was
There is an
about
air of desperation.
3
to this,
yards
isn't
wide,
there?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Put all your attackers on
Yeah.
because we're shitting it against Brighton.
Eriksen is our 6 now.
Yeah, and it's Bruno playing. Well, he's gone a bit further forward now, but it's him and Bruno before. Oh no.
That's good.
Nice.
That's very good.
Very nice.
Sancho's in behind here a bit.
Oh, unlucky. That one-touch passing from Eriksen now, it's
really
just
good.
we
Left
just
foot
we
and
just
right
haven't
foot
got
as
to
well.
see that at all, have we?
Left foot, right foot.
Oh, Fernandez, put your head up, mate. You can't see him making the run, so why are you trying to...
That's what I mean about Eriksen. It's a ball on his left foot there, and I just think if that's any other player, that's overhit or it's just not getting there.
First time with both feet.
Positives to be had.
Yeah. Seven minutes to go. Surprised we've only made... Well, I suppose we made 3 subs, haven't we? But... I don't know. Luke Shaw's not done anything in this game, has he?
Ronaldo.
I think it was
Ronaldo, Van der Beek. Oh, is that the...
It's
is it
just
2?
two, innit? Yeah, it's just 2,
right,
innit?
sorry,
Yeah.
excuse me, yeah. Even
You're
more
right,
so
you're
then.
right. You're right, Joe. It's okay. One of yous, go to him now.
Come on, Luke. Close him down, close him down, close him down.
Scared
Like,
of
how
him.
long do you want? Just take as long as you want there, and Bruno Fernandes will do your job for you eventually, Luke. Like, just no attempt to close him down at any point there, Luke Shaw, was there? Just hoping he didn't cross it.
He just can't be... It's like he just can't be...
He stands 10 yards off the man, and then just waits there. Like, that's a good distance to be. Come on, man. This is just...
I don't think Shaw backs his agility against quick players like
Maybe
that.
not.
Which, to be honest, is a reason why you
But even then,
be playing.
He shouldn't be then backing off 5 yards
No.
going, you know what, you
'Cause
come at me with a bit
like
of
he's so worried he's gonna get
momentum.
dribbled round.
Yeah.
And with my agility being so poor, you can just walk past me if you want.
Eriksen's looking quite good deep, but need to work a way to get through the actual... Yeah, that's better.
Nice. I
Should have
Not
took
first
that
time
down
on
there.
I
is
didn't
it?
think that return pass was on.
No, it's not a first time pass there. It's
Could
Wow.
take a
Could be
touch.
worse.
Eriksen's been excellent second half.
You know what he wants to do.
Out again, out again, out again.
Have a go at him.
It's good there.
Go wide, go wide, go wide. Right, take him on now.
Good cross. Oh. Sanchez gets...
Have you noticed every time Sancho gets the ball on the right, they double up? Because they know how dangerous he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Eriksen's been excellent, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, well
Good.
done, Donny.
Well done, Donny.
Bit of time
Good
now.
awareness.
Go on in.
Ronaldo. Oh, block.
Corner ball.
Fucking hell. I'm going to have another Rennie. Treat myself before this corner comes in. I've earned it. I ate the foil as well, then, I think.
I'm all right, mate.
You know what?
No, I'm
it's
good.
It's good.
Your loss.
Just float it in the
Come
air.
on.
Just float it. Martinez.
And ball.
Go on, take a look at it, please. If he has thrown his body at it and it's hit his arm, it's a penalty.
Well, he's holding his Johnson, isn't he?
Good.
I can't
Ooh.
even see.
It doesn't.
I think it might hit his hand behind his back.
No, it's not a penalty.
No, not a
way.
chance.
No.
Never give that.
Game's gone.
Out left.
Feel much better with Eriksen in there, though, as you say. Right.
Way better, yeah. Actually finding passes, isn't he?
Like, how many times have we been in this position, chasing something, and you end up the opposition just kills the game so easily, and you don't see any chances. Like it's something to say that at least we're putting the pressure on, and it's coming in waves.
Yeah, because it tends to be you've got 6 players basically playing on their back line, and then Freddie McTominay trying to find impossible passes to him. Whereas now you've got
a
player in Eriksen who's actually capable of it at times.
Rare. Oh, should have gone down.
He's had a couple of them, Martinez, today, where he looks like he can deal with it one-on-one.
Yeah.
If it gets a bit hairy.
Yeah, he can. His control and his passing's good enough to get him out of it.
Nothing here. No one's showing for anything. The distance between these 4 here right now.
Where's Delo? He's miles away, isn't he?
But there's 2 minutes stoppage time and all.
Fucking
definitely take a draw now.
Yeah.
I think I asked Jordan when you were in the toilet whether we'd take a draw. That was 76 minutes or whatever it was, looking like we might win it or have a chance of winning it. But
well done.
I watched.
Well done, Donny.
Oh, it's a shit pass. There's nothing he could do with that.
Bloody hell.
Now,
fucking 5 minutes to go, you bring 3 heads on.
Garnacho.
Yeah, Malacia.
Should have done this 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
15 minutes ago. Let him actually have an impact. Sancho's not even been that bad, but Luke Shaw's been terrible. Bruno's been pretty ineffective.
Been hit and miss, Andy Bruno.
I worry about Bruno.
I don't know how Rashford's still on the pitch, though. I honestly don't know how Rashford's still on the pitch, to be honest.
The fucking boards stopped working, so Malacia can't come on. There you go. 23.
Makeda moment incoming.
Go on, Garnacho.
It's a bit of a shit, isn't it?
Cameron
90th minute.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. 90th minute, scrambling together for a draw if we can.
Ball gone up.
Colwell coming on.
It's on loan from Chelsea, innit?
Yeah. How many minutes stoppage time is it?
I don't think it's gone up.
I reckon it'll be 4, probably.
5, apparently.
5 minutes, yeah. Oh, he's done well then.
Man of the match.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
For the job he's been asked to do. Oh.
I see diving in there. And fouling.
And he's fouled him.
Yeah, take back what we said about Shaw. Get him back on. He might let him cross it, but at least he don't foul him. We'll take a minute with this easy, won't they?
Diving in there and then a foul. Let's just keep your head.
I know. Stupid.
You just don't want to give them opportunities to keep the ball in the corners.
Yeah, stupid play from Malacia there. And now he's up against Dunk in the box. Are we having a laugh? He's literally a foot and a half between them. If Dunk scores a
Someone should be
header,
seeing that.
Who's
Rashford,
decided
swap
this?
him. Swap now, quick. There we go.
Who's decided that, seriously?
I think Rashford swapped.
Number 2 here.
Nah.
Oh my God.
That's United goal kick.
Yep.
Get off the fucking ball then. 3 minutes to go. Glazer in the box there.
Wow. He actually decided to show his face. One of them.
Protest before the game. We didn't really mention it on the Watchalong, but there were protests before the game as well outside Old Trafford.
All pushed a little bit too high when the ball's bouncing around in the middle. You need to be in there to win it back first. I mean, there's no way that's a throw-in.
How was it their ball? I swear he just
Rolled
flopped
out.
and rolled. Yeah. I thought David Moyes was the guy who broke all the records for United. All the negative ones.
This will be Brighton's first win at Old Trafford, was that?
Never. Yeah.
Fucking hell. There hasn't been one of these yet this weekend, has there? A big upset. It's a big upset. An upset.
Is it?
Just about. They're really just going to hold, like...
Come on, that's gone, that's gone. There we go.
A minute and a half. It's not going to happen, is it, let's be honest?
Still time.
Come on. A minute and a half to go.
Mash, he's not even contesting.
Offside. Fuck me.
Oh, bloody hell.
Not looking like making a chance,
No.
let alone scoring.
That has been a disappointing 5 minutes of stoppage time.
It has. They just
Don't think we've had the ball on the floor in their half once.
No. Another sub for Brighton. See, this is why you couldn't have 5 different stoppages. Because they'd just be doing them back to back to back, wouldn't
Exactly.
they? Doing it anyway. Welbeck coming off. Dennis Undav. Been good, Welbeck, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Could do with a play like that.
How old is he now?
No, mate.
How old is Danny now?
Must be.
Oh.
Dirty.
The most uneventful 5 minutes of football I think I've ever seen this stoppage time. That's literally going to be the end of the game now.
It's a cracking ball.
And like you said, this is the first time we're touching the ball on the floor in their half. And what have we got to show for it? Fuck all. That'll be that, won't it?
There's been... Oh, the
Yeah,
ball, the
there
ball
you
was
go.
out of place so much there. You've
Full
got to
time.
play another minute.
Man United 1, Brighton 2. I would say the worst possible start to this season. It could have, we could have got 4-0 like we did by him last season, but
Very true.
not good, that is it? Not good at all, Tom. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Well, that's why I try not to get too excited, because it just brings you right back down, doesn't it? It's going to take a bit of time. There were some positives to be had. I like the Eriksen signing. I don't think it's a shit signing, as some people would have you believe, but we are clearly a couple of players off to give Erik Ten Hag a chance to do something with this group, because there's glaring holes where we're weak.
Yeah. It was obvious before the game, wasn't it? And
Yeah, I'm not shocked at that.
no. The midfield, especially in the first half, was just passed through too easily, wasn't it, Jordan?
I mean, we can't go into this season with Fred and McTominay again. No. Both of them making so many individual mistakes. Fred not even knowing what was behind him for the second goal. Luke Shaw not knowing what's behind him for the first goal. Pascal Gross should not be bagging consistently against Manchester United all the time. But
all the
this
time,
is the
doesn't it?
situation that we find ourselves in right now.
Yeah.
Innit? It's brought us right back down.
Yeah. I love all the comments of people who are clearly not United fans having to go like, one game is the entire season. There's obviously weaknesses that United have that we all know we have anyway. Poor performance from United, especially first half. It just wasn't good enough, was it? Defensively all over the place. Second half, limited the amount of chances Brighton had, but you can't go in 2-0 down against a team that is, as we said before the game, a very well organised, very well put together side that just happens to lack some of that top end quality in order to push for European spots. But when they're 2-0 up, it's really hard to come back from that, and by that point it was too late. We'll be back in a few minutes for the review. If we can cut to a camera that's working. We're back in a few minutes for the review. Thank you very much, Jordan, for joining us. Where can people find you, first of all?
JD Simpson 98 on Twitter.
JD Simpson 98 on Twitter. And Tom, thank you so much for coming down. Sorry, I said before the game, some people come on the watch-alongs, they'll do 6 or 7 over a season and not see a single win. Not the best start for you on the watch-alongs, but I've really enjoyed it.
New era, mate.
Thank you.
Just a blip.
Thank you very much for coming down. Make sure
me.
you check out the Stephen Tries podcast and Stephen Tries YouTube channel. Is that anywhere else people can find you?
I've got some socials.
Go on then. What you got? He's got a couple of socials.
Do you know what? Just have a search. Have a search. You'll find me.
Just have a search. Don't search anything in particular. Just sort of
just
Google.
have a search.
Just have a search for YouTube.
If it's meant to be.
If you want to find him, you'll find him. It's that simple. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back in a few minutes for the review, so make sure you stick around for that. We'll see you in a bit.